Back in. All right, so welcome back to Soul Reaver 2, and welcome to Wednesday stream. I lied. I said we were an hour into the second game. We're actually 45 minutes into the first game. Now, of course, we did have some technical snafus last time. It's very... I was going to say, why is it so dark? It's because that's a wall. That's why. We did have some technical snafus last time where it was a couple things, actually. My computer blue screened at one point, and also my GPU drivers pooped out. So that means that the game did crash. Its save. We were probably halfway to the next save point.
Would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Yeah, so if I had to guess, we probably were about like halfway to the next save point when we crapped out last time. But that's okay. That's okay. I think really we were just fighting some dudes, some standard I guess vampire hunter lads and ladies. Nothing too significant. By the way, Farsa just said it did get quiet again, by the way. Yeah, we were kind of wrestling with that last time, the balance of the audio. Because, yeah, the music and the sound effects are, like, strangely loud, but the speech, we keep cranking it, and it keeps being kind of quiet. Set it to 7 and see how that goes. Yeah, like, even, like, just the... Looking at the waveform. When you flap out your wings, like, even that noise is, like, kind of significant. Here's one. I don't know what you mean, lady. I'm just a little guy. Ow. What's the block? There we go. I was actually hoping I could like kick her in the water, maybe. Because I do know that if you do the, let's see, how do I do this? Yeah, there's like a kick button. There we go. So there is like heavy attack and light attack, and we got the kick button, which is fun. But of course, using like regular weapons is way more fun. Also, I do have the Soul Reaver weapon, which we can bust out if we want to start busting some ass. Got a whole bunch of stuff where you are glittering moon. That's good. That's good. Ooh, Mexican ice cream. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. That sounds fantastic. Ice cream with like the little Debbie. Oh my god, that sounds awesome. Glittering moon. That sounds amazing. I'm liking every single word you just said. Is there like a follow-up, or is it... Yeah, I was gonna say it should be like a double. I keep trying to do the follow-up attack, but what I keep doing is just the same attack over and over again. Actually, when we're at full health, I probably can bust out the Soul Reaver more often. So what I'll do is... bonk. There we go. Fucking blast him into oblivion. It's a shame I can't pick up the little rocket... Well, it's not rocket launcher, but their little grenade launcher thing. Whatever weapon it is, I can't pick it up. But also, it's not a very exciting weapon, so maybe it's for the best. And bonk. Just surprised he's still alive, because I know this thing does a lot of damage. Ow. Yeah, there we go. Now, the thing is, of course, as we do more fights with this thing... In fact, I'm going to recede it now. But as we fight more with it, it does charge up. And they warned us, if you use it too much, it will get overjuiced. It will get overjuiced and fuck you up. And what's the button to block? You have that as well. I think it is shift. Yeah, shift to block. Cool. Cool. We're just cranking it, bro. A lot of exposition in this game. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more of it, too. But to be honest, I embrace it. Because I think the exposition was very interesting in the first game. And it left me wanting more of it. So the fact this game kind of leaves me wanting more generally is a good sign, I think. Some games, like, the exposition can get, like, a little bit overdone. It's like, oh my god, like, quiet the fuck down. What the hell? No one cares. But with this game, it's like, no, I find myself absolutely caring. Definitely find myself giving a heck. That for now. So yeah, this pattern of, yeah, attack with a weapon until I take an honest to goodness hit. And, or the slight health deterioration over time starts to kind of wear on me, and we find ourselves wanting wanting additional health, then we'll get a kill with the regular weapon. But yeah, killing with the titular Soul Reaver is quite enjoyable. And the fact that it like gets, it seems like as you power it up, as it gets more juice, I think it does more damage. But of course, once that bar gets full, then it's gonna start attacking us. So there's I love how they said like it will get overly aroused. When it gets overly aroused, then you gotta be careful, which, I mean, fair. When they get overly aroused, you gotta be careful. It's like, yep, he's just like me, for real, for real. Can I knock him in the water? I can just kill him normally. That works too. Yeah, I remember someone had said that, like, yeah, when you're attacking, there's like, well, I guess if you're locked on with somebody, you can like crouch and do some other stuff. Like we kind of learned there, you can crouch and do a cool little sliding move, which is kind of neat. I can't remember. Was there anything up here? Fellas. See these fellas, but I don't know if they have any significance. Also, let's go back to the original visuals for a bit, because we got the remastered visuals. This guy, which looks great, but I think even the original visuals look pretty good. And in some instances, like looking at the backgrounds, in some instances, I almost prefer the original visuals compared to the fancy stuffs.
Prepare to die.
Yeah, let's have a little slide kick. Boop. Tried to dodge. Oh my god, I'm getting my ass kicked. Lost a lot of health there, and of course don't have much to show for it. I was like trying to like other moves. I was trying other fancy schmancy moves. I think there's another one where if you're locked on with somebody and you do the crouch attack.
There it is.
You do a crouch. You crouch while you're locked on. All right, let's deal with this dog first. Ow. There we go. Yeah, stuck. But yeah, it's like you crouch and then you lock on and then you do like some kind of heavy attack. Like you'll kind of sweep their legs. Sweep the leg. I like how that went right over his head. It still decapitated him. We saw this waterfall last time. What's up, Travis? Are you cranking it, son? Always. Always and forever. Go ahead and activate the the checkpoint. It's not really a save point. It's more of a checkpoint where if I get sent to the Shadow Realm, they banish me to the Spirit Realm, then that's where I'll respawn. But yeah, still, I'm gonna jump down here real quick one more time, just to make sure I didn't miss anything with this. It's kind of whatever this is right here. I don't think it is it's definitely not a save point, and I don't see any interaction points. So I'm gonna guess that either it's just a set piece and it's just there for decor, or there's something here that we can't interact with yet, and it'll become more clear what's going on in the future. Now, we have seen other, presumably, well, things that we can't interact with yet, but presumably we will later. Like this stuff right here. We don't know what this is, but we've been seeing them all over the place, and some of them have different labels on them. This one has no label, but some of them have what I assume is fire. Maybe it, like, represents different elements in some way. I'm not exactly sure. It might be somewhat related to the kinds of things we were finding in the first game, the optional optional abilities, the medallions we were finding. So it could be something related to something like that. It's hard to say. We'll find out soon. We'll find out soon. I heard somebody call my ass out. They said, there's one. That could grab the torch and light their asses on fire. I'm just getting a little bit wobbly as we're going up the stairs. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so here's another one right here. Looks kind of like a water, little basin thing. Hard to say. Or these ravens that disappear into the ether when we get close. Yeah, it's like I'm pressing different buttons. Sorry, I clicked something else, but not knowing it was a shortcut. There we go. He's out. He's dead. Actually, give me one sec. I just realized what I've sometimes do is I'll sometimes accidentally activate something unknowingly. It's like, I think if I go into My stream settings. I think there's like a shortcut I'm accidentally activating. Wondering if I can disable said shortcut right now. Maybe not while I'm streaming. Maybe not while it's live. But it occurs to me that there might be. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I won't mess with it right now. But that's something I should probably look into. Oh wait, here we go. Hotkeys. Yes. Let's just kill that one. There we go. Because I've had that happen before, where it's like I think it's Control and Q. Control and Q, I think, is like a hotkey for this guy. Let's just go ahead and kill that. Kill it dead. Yeah, I killed it dead. It's been killed dead. All right, cool. So yeah, because I think that's one where it's like if you're locked on, and then you crouch and then do heavy attack. Can't do it right now, obviously, because we're not locked on. We're not like in combat. But I think in combat, I think that does something similar, just like that little sliding kick we did earlier.
Vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seemed to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
Glittering Moonelf, I love that emote. Moonelf, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you can remind me if I've asked you this before, if you've been here before and I've asked this before. But is that one of your emotes? Are you a streamer? Because I do enjoy talking shop. I always enjoy getting to hear from other streamer homies, like what kinds of shenanigans they get up to. I'm gonna try to be sneaky. I don't know if this is a game where there's. Okay, I was gonna say maybe not. I don't know if this is a game where there's like, where there's like sneak attacks. There technically were in the first game, but they were kind of hard to pull off. Yeah, there we go. So it's like you get like a regular slide, and then you get like. How do I do it? Yeah, I did it for a moment there. Yeah, it's like he's like kind of nudged towards them. Coming to get you. Like you can knock their asses down. Yeah. And you can just do this like an immediate uppercut, or yeah, I like this one. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's just fucked me up. Oh my god. Jesus. What I was gonna say was I want to do the heavy attack, but he's doing his. Yeah, that one. I like that uppercut a whole lot. That guy fucked me up really good. I was trying to do my uppercut. He saw the opportunity. He knew I was trying to do a specific move. He said, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. And he proceeded to do precisely that. The danger of like experimenting in a live fire situation. Other dudes will not be so kind. Oh shit. You're gonna try doing fancy moves. Oh god, and you're gonna succeed. Oh my god. Like I'm trying to get out of the way, but she has such a wide reach. Problem is, of course, my weapon doesn't have as much reach. There we go. There we go. Yeah, man, I'm getting fucked up. Either they're getting lucky and their moves are like just landing in the right way, or the AI is getting smarter, or like maybe not getting smarter, but like the difficulty is going up as we're going further. Like we're encountering higher order bad guys. Or I just gotta get good. Oh, we gotta hold it. Ah, there we go. Okay, don't stream as much. I gotcha. Yeah, the life needs to chill first. I was gonna say, if you do stream, I'd love to hear what kind of stuff you're up to, or what stuff you're into rather. Or maybe the better question is, when you do get back to streaming, what kinds of things would you like to stream?
Of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld
a pristine hole, he said.
Undefiled state.
An undefiled hole.
Something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy.
Oh shit! There's Kain. So this is before he corrupted.
I know you're there.
The pillars. Well, maybe he didn't corrupt them before they were corrupted.
Though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies.
Streams?
Stay out.
That's what this is.
Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This
The pillars do look cool.
is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The
I've never seen them uncorrupted before. We've only seen them in Soul Reaver 1.
Of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here.
So we've gone back in time.
Comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
You can hear me being born. My poor mother.
At the
Well, the
moment
pillars
my
looked
first
cool.
cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nutraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nutraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Kain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree, then, that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. but it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently.
Three-sided coins.
But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
There is that coin flipper roguelike. There's that. Alright, so we confronted Kain, got the achievement, but a unsatisfying confrontation. The third option, so he says. So he says. Yeah, so this is our first time seeing the pillars in a non-completely ruined state. Of course, it was like shiny and like pretty at first. The corruption has begun by this point, but at least it's not quite as bad as we see it in Soul Reaver 1. And I guess in Legacy of Kain Ascendance too, you get that one scene where you see the pillars in they're like very much decayed state. But yeah, the fact that like Kain was saying, the fact that like the game was rigged from the start. Truth is, kid, the game was rigged from the start. Doing some Baldur's Gate 3, that's awesome. Didn't get super far yet. Baldur's Gate 3, or Baldur's Gate in general, that's a solid one for sure. And oh yeah, like so like more like tabletop, that kind of stuff. Yeah, being a dungeon master, yeah, that'd be cool. Some tabletop gaming. Tabletop streams are an interesting one because there's absolutely people that would be super down to watch that kind of thing, and there's not a ton of people that successfully run a tabletop stream. It's not a super common thing, but there's definitely like a market for that kind of thing. There's definitely like viewership for it, that is. Market's a weird word to say, but yeah, there's definitely like viewership, a viewer base that would be down for such a thing. The tricky thing, of course, as you can guess, is that for one thing, having like the skill set to be a DM is demanding. Like being a dungeon master takes time and experience to kind of learn the ropes. And then also, just from a technical perspective, I want to see the fellas disappear. From the technical perspective, running a stream that does the does the tabletop kind of experience and shows presumably the dungeon master and also the players, you know, the individual player characters, that also is tricky because, you know, it's one thing when it's a stream that's just a single screen, there's a single streamer, there's a microphone, that's nice and easy. The audio visual is nice and simple, but there's a bunch of players, you know, everyone.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand.
Complete the thought a second.
I had so willingly allowed Kain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Did notice that these pedestals as well, but anyway, yeah, just the idea of like, yeah, all the different players and their character sheets and picking up the audio for all of them. I mean, even if the players themselves don't need to be like seen on camera, their audio needs to be picked up, and ideally their player sheets should be visible and the dice being rolled, that kind of stuff. Now, granted, if everybody is playing on like Discord or something like that, you know, then it's a little bit easier, but still, there are logistics that have to be considered. So yeah, that's a little bit trickier. It's a little bit trickier, but if you can do it, if you can do it right, I think it can be extremely rewarding. And yeah, like I said, there's definitely like a demand for that kind of thing. Need to go spectral here. So I can't just climb the wall. So I was hoping I could just climb the wallulars, but the game says go into ghost mode. All right, let's do exactly that. Oh, and that's actually the sign. Look at that. I didn't notice that. Yeah, the symbol for going into spectral form is the same one we see there. The game very explicitly saying, use this one, bro. Go for it, man. Yeah, experience as a GM, yeah, for sure. That's a big one. That is a big one, because, yeah, being a dungeon master or a game master is tricky for sure. I mean, for some folks are naturals at it. I keep it from feeding myself 30 times. Some folks are naturals at running a game and leading a session. But for the rest of us mere mortals, it's not a simple feat. Yeah, especially like if you're like me and you haven't had a ton of tabletop experience over the years. All the best dungeon masters that I know, they played Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop games for a long time. Like since a young age, and then started getting into dungeon mastering afterwards. Like, so they had like a, maybe not an upbringing necessarily, but they had like that solid background of tabletop experience. Yeah, things maybe not specifically Dungeons and Dragons. To your point, yeah, there's like a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of great systems out there. Of course, everyone knows D&D, but there's Pathfinder, which me and my friends really enjoy. For a little bit there, we were doing a bunch of Shadowrun and some Cyberpunk Red as well. Yeah, there's so many wonderful tabletop options out there. Tabletoptions, if you will. So you have some friends who can help you with the logistics. That's good. That's good. So yeah, so that way you're not just on your own trying to figure it out, because I think the logistics aspect of it is the thing that is a speed bump for some folks who try to get that up and running on their streams. One called Cottages in Cerberus, which I've never heard about. Oh, like Monster Hunter. Interesting. Monster Hunter, Stardew, Animal. Whoa, Animal Crossing. That sounds amazing.
From the moment
I've never heard of this,
arrival,
but I'm curious.
I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Is that Mobius that's watching us, or is it a third party? Got the checky. Got the checkpoint listed. Little swirl. The swirl that is on that gravestone or that pedestal is curious. Perhaps even deliberate. Very curious. Keep my eyes peeled. On the birdsies, the ravens or crows, whatever they are, the spectral birds. Once again, very reminiscent of the birds we saw by that one dude who was kind of assisting us at the beginning of Legacy of Kain Ascendance. That one fella, I can't remember his name, but he was definitely like watching and
Look of it,
assisting from afar.
Had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
Not lost to me that the sword resembles the physical representation of the Soul Reaver. Yeah, I wonder if that is supposed to be either someone like us, or when I see the skin tone, I think of, oh gosh, what's the name of that guy? Janos Aldrin. I'm thinking of that guy as well, just because that's kind of what his skin tone was like. You can use the Reaver to open it up. Good. Anything else before I do that? We hit the checkpoint. There's this thing here, but yeah, still can't use this thing. Alright, we're going in.
And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation.
Ultraviolet Grasslight's a good one too, he says. Ooh. Never heard of that one.
Crossed the threshold.
More cozier, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Sounds interesting. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of tabletop systems, or tabletop gaming right now, is that there's so many systems out there. It's overwhelming for some of us, but for others, it's like, it's a cool opportunity. There's all sorts of niches to be filled. It's not just Dungeons and Dragons anymore. It's pretty cool, honestly. Pretty impressive. What's up, Iowan? Good to see you, buddy. It's a little bit intimidating. Yeah, I mean, the ideal way to get into Dungeons and Dragons is to just have a good group to kind of like flow into. You know, a group that's already somewhat experienced, and you can just kind of like tag along and learn the ropes, and they can kind of guide you as a newbie. Because that's how I learned, basically. Do they use different voice actors? I know it's the same voice actor for Raziel, and I'm pretty sure the same one for Kain. I don't know about the other, like, you know, other voices being used, but I'm pretty sure Raziel's is the same, and I'm pretty sure Kain's is the same as well. Guessing I gotta fight these guys. Ow. Got projectiles. What I want to do is, like, have the other guy's projectiles hit the bro. Like his projectiles go right through. Out. Can I suck the stuff? No, I cannot. Okay, I'll just kill you first. Ow. I have no weapon. You kill them, or maybe not kill them, but when you dispense them, whatever holds them goes into the goop. Whatever that goop is, whatever it signifies. Harder to heal in here. So there's no, like, limits on race or species. That's kind of cool. Sentient loaf of bread. Interesting, interesting. There's one that I remember watching some friends play at an improv night. They used something called the Dagger Heart system, I think. Dagger Hearts, which is something I'd never heard of before, but that one is also kind of like fairly freeform. Like there's still rules, obviously. There's still like limitations and like maybe not limitations. There's still like character sheets. There are still some things that are set in stone, but yeah, a lot of the other kinds of details as far as like, yeah, your class, your race, that's a little bit more freeform. And of course, as an improv thing, it made sense that it was much more focused on the role-playing aspect than anything else too specific. I want to eat. That one just disappeared into nothing. I thought it was going into little pools, but maybe not specifically. Spell in the game that allows you to summon ice cream? Oh, all right. Well, all right. That sounds kind of sick. Is there a dairy-free option? Because I'm lactose intolerant, but otherwise, I'm down. I probably could... Oh my god. I probably could just try not fight these guys. And just powering through. Like I gotta get good. I think we still take some damage when we block. So it's not like a perfect block, but it's still pretty good. So a little bit of chip damage, but nothing ridiculous. We'll just say there's an option for that, because otherwise... My poor tum-tums. I got the sensitive tum-tums. Seems like when we hit these guys, they like shrink a little bit. Yeah, they go into like crystals and the pools of the stuff, or they just disappear into the ether. They don't respawn, at least not so far. Primordial goop. Primordial ooze. A decent bit of damage. Of course, when our health gets low and we run out of health, it's not death, you just get knocked to the spirit realm for a moment. If you can find a conduit leading back. Also, someone calling our name. One trying to riz up old Razzie. Old Razamataz. Whomst could it be?
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
Hit him with that sorbet. Iowan, I got you. Oh, is this the guy from the first game? Yeah.
Ah, my ancient benefactor.
From the first game.
And
our kind of overseer.
We had parted ways forever. The silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my Soul Reaver.
That's the name of the game.
The vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast. End the vampire's parasitic curse and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
So there we go. Bit of interesting little background lore. When I see, yeah, the blue skin, and like I said, the at least more like pleasant forms, as opposed to like the kind of ghoulish wraith-like form that our guys got. I don't quite. I mean, yes, I of course see the resemblance with Raziel, but I also see the resemblance with, yeah, what was the guy's name? Janos Aldrin, I think was the guy's name, and I assume he's like just a straight up vampire, because I think his heart was the heart of darkness. But yeah, I wonder if there's some kind of commonality there. Also, can I swim to the dude? Like, hey bro, what's up, man? And swim down to the squid, to squid demon, to squid god. What's going on, man? The eyes.
Fail me.
Oh, and Arisa, what's up, Jet? What's up, man? We're just hanging out with Squid Cthulhu, you know how it is. Good to see you, buddy. Does this sounds like? Oh yeah, Frollo from Disney. Yeah, from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, I was gonna say I think it might be the same actor. I don't know for sure, but I think it might be. Farsight says yeah, it's the same actor. Yeah. We did have wings prior, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, our guy had wings. Raziel had wings before Kain ripped them off and tossed us in the abyss. And yeah, I guess Janos had wings as well, didn't he? Janos Aldrin. So yeah, so there is indeed. It's probably not a coincidence then. Go ahead and hit the save point, by the way, so I can save my progress. Do exactly that. Bam. Because this game does not have just saving anytime you want. You have specific save points you have to use. That's how it is, man. Excuse me. Yo, what's up, Meerkat? Yeah. Kind of hate him, but damn, yeah. I know what you mean. Like, just the whole situation with Kain and Raziel. Kain being a piece of shit, but also, like, well, there are secrets that we definitely do want to understand, for sure. Voiced Lou from Fallout. Yeah, dude's had a very impressive voice acting career. Thank you, Jet, by the way, for that resub. Good to see you, man. Jet, I don't know if you are a Legacy of Kain enjoyer, a Soul Reaver enjoyer, but as a voice actor, you probably are aware of like some of the voices or voice acting talent that is utilized in this game. A lot of cool dudes and dudettes. lent their talents for this one for sure. Now, is there anything else in this chamber? I mean, this is cool. Also, this is the remastered version of the game, so you have the original graphics and then the fancified schmancy version. I tend to just kind of toggle between the two. Now, let's assume that, like, you know, seeing this chamber was one thing. Let's venture out and see if there's anything else that we might have missed. Because I think this is the way we came. Pretty sure. Squid god related to flying spaghetti monster. When I see the squid fella, I think of Cthulhu. I think of, and you know, the ancient, the elder gods, the ancient ones. Cosmic horror shit. But oh right, that's pressing the wrong button. But it's hard to say. Hard to say if that was like an explicit inspiration that the devs are going for. What the deal is. I'm pretty low on health. If I have to go to the spirit realm, that's fine. Actually, going to the spirit realm wouldn't be a bad idea. Because oh, are these guys still here? The spirit realm? That's a raid from Galnith. What's up, Galnith? What's up, man? Galnith raids us the other day, and he's popping back in. Thank you very much, my dude. Good to see you. We're playing more Soul Reaver. This is Soul Reaver 2. We beat the first game last night, and we're playing the second game. Ow. And I'm gonna give this guy the suck. There we go. I gave him the suck. Yeah, so we're playing Soul Reaver 2. We're actually in the spectral form right now. In this game and the first game, if you lose all of your health in your standard form, you don't just die. You become your spectral form. And to return to your physical form, you have to find a conduit, like a connection back to the physical realm. So, to fighting all these guys, I might just kind of sniff around and see if I can find one such connection. Also, there are things in the spirit realm that are sometimes only available to you, and otherwise unavailable in the physical realm, and vice versa. So I might actually like look around here in the spirit version, see if there's anything that I missed. I'll just run past the dudes because I don't need to fight them. There's a physical conduit right there. Thing new over here. We had to use the spirit realm to get to this place to begin with. That's good to see you guys. Thanks for popping in, guys and gals. Thank you again to Galnith for that raid. Galnith, if you have any clips you want to share, bud, you've heard my spiel so many times, but it remains true. If there's anything yours you want to share, you absolutely have the floor, my man. Especially because you raided us last night, my man. You're too generous, dude. You're too kind to us, my mans. Appreciate you a whole bunch. Jet says this feels nostalgic. Yeah, so Soul Reaver 1 was a PS1 game. This is a PS2 game. Came out in 2001. And this, of course, is the remastered version. So, you know, the character models, like for Razio, is more like, this is more like what's the word for it? Like the renders used, the 3D renders used for the promotional images in the game. And like in the trailers and the box art, that's how this guy looked. Whereas in game, here's how it actually looked in game. So maybe not quite as shiny, but still actually not bad as far as, you know, PS2 graphics go. We could have done a lot worse. So I feel like the game, you know, looks pretty all right, all things considered. Yeah, Ooze's game dev of the time. Yeah, this is definitely 2001 gaming energy for sure. For sure, man. What's up, Shockfire? Good to see you, buddy. And Gallon, thank you for that raid, man. Doing some Metro 2033, the Redux. Good stuff, man. We're just chilling, man. How are you liking the Metro series? Is it your first time playing through it? We were just talking about the Metro series not too long ago, because I was expressing my love and adoration for the Stalker series. And by Stalker series, I'm kind of a fake fan. I've actually only played the first one. So, like, I like the series, but I've only played the first one. But I've played it like 2 or 3 times all the way through. I really like that game. And I mean to play through Call of Pripyat and Blue Sky, or Blue Sky, whatever that one's called. So I want to play through the other ones, and of course 2 I know is very good. I think it was either you or Voxivs who I was watching play the new one, play the second game recently. Someone recently. It's my first time indeed playing through them, dude. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying them. I know with like the Metro series, it seems like they're a little bit less open worldy. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, because the open world aspect of Stalker is one of its main aspects, but it seems like with Metro, it's a little bit more narrative, more linear. Not a bad thing, obviously. Not a bad thing at all. Ow. These are actually not easy to fight. And the fact they don't give any health is tricky. Now, I guess what I could be doing is I could just be using the titular Soul Reaver to kill them. They're not really giving souls in the traditional sense. I'm gonna guess we're just free to leave. I'm guessing we've done what we needed to do here. First Stalker's the best one. That's the thing. That's what I've been told. I've been told the first one's the best one. So in the times in the past when I've wanted to play the series, it's like, well, just relaunch the first one. But at some point, it would be cool to experience the other ones eventually. You got that PS2 glittering moon of? Hell yeah, that's all I like to hear. I still have my childhood GameCube and N64. I got a bunch of the old school ones for sure, but yeah, there's something to be said. And I do appreciate that. Of course, we have the OG games. You know, they're not going away, obviously, but I do appreciate that with this one, it's pretty cool having the remastered version. I mean, having the remastered visuals is nice. Widescreen support, 60 frames per second, and the fact that just the convenience of having it on Steam is pretty nice. There's no denying it. So I'm very much enjoying this, just on its own. But like I said, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth. I kind of, in some ways, I almost prefer the original graphics, maybe just a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know if there's one I like more than the other specifically, but I might lean slightly towards this one. We'll backtrack, see if there's anything else that we missed. Or I guess we could try the Spirit Realm. I was thinking maybe like something with these ravens, with these birds, was going to become clear in some way. It's possible maybe there was some other interaction point that I missed. Might also check the Spirit Realm. I think we had to use the Spirit Realm to get here in the to begin with. I might just kind of return to the Spirit Realm of my own accord. Of my own Honda Accord. Yeah, it was to get up here. Yes, there's the pillars. Yeah, let's sniff around a little bit in the spirit form here. Before I commit to any one thing. Because yeah, in the Spirit Realm, things are slightly different. So in the Spirit version, there's like a slope that leads down, which is convenient. I'm hoping I didn't just miss something obvious. I'll feel really silly if there was something really obvious inside that chamber that I missed. There was something really obvious in that that chamber. We had the meeting with that kind of elder being, that our mysterious ancient benefactor that helped us out in the first game. Yeah, Exodus isn't too bad. That's less linear. That's cool. Yeah, so if they've maybe done some open world kinds of shenanigans, like how they can like duck the attacks. That's kind of cool. Gonna give this guy the suck. Oh, now you want to fight? I'm trying to suck your homie. I'm trying to suck his homie off, and he's interrupting me. Very rude. All right, now I can suck you both. Just kidding. He reconstituted. My God, these guys are being a bunch of mean jerk faces. There we go. So now like that. Now I give him the suck. There we go. There we go. Very rude. Exodus is a good one, though, yeah. Oh, there's a book? That's cool. I didn't realize it was based on a book. That's neat. Was it good? The Metroid 2033 book? Yeah, I can't quite get there, honestly. A 3D Zelda game that's kind of similar to Ocarina of Time? Oh, you mean just in general? Because when it comes to 3D Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, there's a decent number. The first thing that comes to mind is Wind Waker. That's probably my favorite of the... when it comes to a non-Ocarina of Time Zelda game that is still similar to OOT in that like kind of 3D Zelda sense, I would say Wind Waker gets my recommendation. Either Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. I would give a slight edge towards Wind Waker, but they're both good. Unless you're trying to say just a non-Zelda game. Because, you know, you could make the argument that Legacy of Kain has some things in common with Zelda. Just in, like, the 3D adventure exploration aspect. I can't find anything different here. Interact with this thing. Yeah, I wonder if there's something I missed inside that chamber. Or maybe let's go back to the pillar, see if anything else pops in over there. I'm wondering if I missed something. These guys just respawn constantly. Give it a proper remake? I don't know. I mean, I feel like this game has aged pretty darn well, things considered. I mean, I would be curious to see what they would do with the remake. But, I don't know, to be honest, this game doesn't have quite as much jank. The first game had a decent bit of jank. And there's some in this game, obviously. Any game from 2001 is going to have some jankiness, but this one's actually not quite as rough around the edges. That being said, we'll see how I feel when we get into like a proper dungeon. That is assuming that there are proper dungeons, you know, like the cursed, or the, what was it, the Silence Cathedral, the Ruined City, the Drowned Abbey. Those areas were what I would consider to be kind of analogous to dungeons in Legend of Zelda. And some of those had some puzzles that were pretty unintuitive and were a little bit gross and would definitely deter new players, especially the Silence Cathedral, the first one. So yeah, that was kind of rough. This one's been a little bit nicer. I mean, I say all that while I will acknowledge I am kind of lost. What if there was something I missed in that previous chamber? Anybody knows, yeah, if there's anything I missed in that previous chamber, I'd definitely be down for suggestions. Hold on, was there something I missed there? Oh, there was something on the ground. I thought she was gonna say die friend. Oh, get knocked, idiot. I got achievement for making them jump. Not so much make them jump as I made them get launched. And go out the way we came. Yeah. Maybe I'll give it one quick look, just to make sure there wasn't something I missed in that chamber. I'll feel really silly if I did. Just for opening and closing the door. There's also the Gamma mod. Yeah. Oh, wait, are we talking about Stalker? Because I know there's some mods for Stalker. I don't know if Gamma is the one I'm thinking of, the one that I'm thinking of. Legend of Dragoon, that'd be kind of cool. That's a series I never did play at all. An RPG Castlevania? Well, they're making I think a Metroidvania Castlevania, or maybe it's like a more traditional one. They're making some kind of Castlevania game. The map, but the map doesn't really tell us a whole lot. I know they announced something fairly recently, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I missed anything in that chamber. I feel like a doofus. Like I'm missing something. Wind Waker's one of the ones you haven't played. It's very good. If you like Ocarina of Time, that gets my recommendation for sure. It's a good one. The book is pretty good. Gonna run past these guys. We don't have to fight them. Played Zelda 1, 2, and Minish Cap. Interesting, yeah, because if you've never played... Yeah, I would say if you've never played Ocarina of Time and you want something that's kind of in that similar vein, I mean, yeah, I would say if you've never played OOT, I think it holds up. For the most part. There are some aspects that are maybe a little bit tricky if you've never played a 3D Zelda game, but yeah, as far as 3D Zelda games go, Ocarina of Time did kind of set the standard, and for good reason. I think it's a good game. I really do. Didn't love the art style with Wind Waker. Wind Waker is an interesting one because at its time it was kind of controversial. So I know a number of people that felt the same way. They had a hard time really getting into it. But I'll say this much though about Wind Waker. I'd say if you haven't tried it in a while, you might consider going back to it. You might consider going back to Wind Waker, giving it another shot, if you have a way to do so, that is. Because back in the day, I think it was a bit of a harder sell, but nowadays I think it's a little bit easier to stomach, like the cartoony art style, that kind of thing, the presentation. For one thing, the presentation, you know, it's not just like a cutesy art style, like I think it's like very expressive, which is the thing I like. It's not cartoony like, oh, it's for babies. Like it has a lot of charm to it, and it's not just like, oh, it's pretty. I mean, oh, here we go. There's something up here. I think it brings a lot to the table. I think it's a very good game. Now that I will fully admit, I'm a Zelda fanboy. I'm as fanboy as one could be. Something up there. But, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good, and I think it's aged very well. I would even say it's probably aged better than Ocarina of Time. And I love OOT. OOT will always be my favorite in my heart of hearts. But yeah, I would say Wind Waker has aged a lot better than some of the other 3D Zelda games have. Yeah, maybe we need to swim somewhere in this area, because I just don't see any other exits. No other ways to walk out other than the way we came. I spirit realm it up. that I've missed here? I don't think that there was. I mean, I could try. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Motion Twin is making the new one. Yeah. There was some kind of Castlevania thing announced. I don't know if it's a Metroidvania or if it's a more traditional Castlevania, kind of in the realm of like Castlevania 3 or Rondo of Blood. All I know is that it looks promising. We haven't had like an honest to goodness new Castlevania in a while, so I'm down. Give me a new Kingsfield. Now that's a deep cut, Eris. That's a deep cut, and I respect it. I respect that that you know the old school stuff. We've had a lot of cool Kingsfield inspired games, so you know there's never been a better time in history to have some proper Kingsfield appreciation. Yeah, maybe there's something down here. Like I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss as far as where to go next. Maybe we just go out the way we came and just figure it out. But yeah, like I see the lights down here. Oh, is this gonna lead somewhere? It does. Okay, unexpected. Yeah, Lunacid, Devil's Spire. There's been a whole bunch of really cool ones. Some like kind of inspired by Kingsfield. Others very, very obviously, like very much wearing those inspirations on their sleeve, and for good reason. Good heckin' reason. Yeah, just not really your thing necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one I do recommend, just in general. But like you know, just the way with any other game, certainly with Legend of Zelda, you know, it's not for everyone necessarily, but it's definitely for me. It's one of my favorites. I love Wind Waker. I don't think anything will ever topple Ocarina of Time for me because Ocarina of Time was my first game my first Zelda game I ever played, and everyone remembers their first. That's just how that goes. I'm using the Soul Reaver to kill these guys because I can't even suck their souls anyway. So what's the point? And even though there's no soul to be sucked, the Soul Reaver is still being fed all the same, so it's still a little bit risky. Yeah. We can actually one-shot them now because it's getting that much juiced up, that much overpowered. Queen's Domain, yeah, that one also looks good. That one's on my list for shoresies. Yeah, for sure that one's on my list. A lot of really interesting ones. Yeah, so if there was ever a time for a Kingsfield either inspired or a Kingsfield proper sequel, I'd be super curious to see where that would go. Looks like that's a climbable wall, so we're going in a presumably correct direction. One shot. Let's get back to the games, but yeah, that's how Morrowind goes, where the first time you launch it, you of course want to test the boundaries of what is allowed and what isn't. And whilst doing so, you'll inevitably, yeah, piss off somebody, attack someone, steal something, and then yeah, you got that wanted level, it's hard to deal with. That's a very common situation to find yourselves in, or do what I did in Morrowind when you first played it, is go off the beaten path, you know, avoid doing the main quest and just kind of fuck around with side quests and faction stuff, and then forget what you were doing with the main quest, get overwhelmed, put the game down, and then pick it up like a year later and then do a proper playthrough. That's what I did. The first time I played Morrowind, I was like, this game is cool, but like, man, there's so much to do. It was like almost too much freedom. And honestly, my main issue with Morrowind was that I didn't stick with the main quest. I went off the beaten path. I started exploring, and the journal system in that game is a little bit convoluted. I feel like it's not too bad necessarily, but I didn't really have the patience for it originally. So it took me a while to kind of find my sea legs with that game. And once I did, well, I didn't until I started a new save, maybe like 6 months or a year later, give it a proper shot, followed the main quest, and that was like, following the main quest was the Northern Star. I know this is the direction I need to go, but that was the Northern Star that kind of guided me through that game and gave me the confidence to like give it a proper shake, because I found that, yeah, just kind of going off on my own was not how I should have done it. But follow the main quest, and of course still doing the side quests and the factions and exploring, like that was still a thing I did, obviously, but that main quest does a nice job of kind of guiding you through the game and giving you kind of an anchor to, maybe not an anchor because that implies you're standing still, but like kind of a baseline to establish yourself in a way to kind of help you learn about the in-game world. And I mean, for one thing, I think the story is phenomenal. I think Morrowind storytelling is supremely underrated. I think it's a very, very fascinating stuff. He says it's like Exanima. Interesting. And I've actually never played Exanima. I've watched Alias stream it a bunch. And the game looks really cool. It also looks fucking difficult as hell, but it looks really good. So that one's very much on my list. My list to stream at some point. Because I think I got in like a Humble Bundle some time ago. So I do own the game. So I have no excuse. I'm seeing what else is around here. Because I don't exactly know what to expect. Looking for secrets. I'm looking for anything extra to kind of that catches my eye. A lot of these little, like, four orifice pedestals in the ground. Going up? Going for uppies? No, not going for uppies. Never mind. I saw the light and I got excited. Here we go. We're going uppies this way. There we go. There we go. Unless this is where I came from, at which point I'll feel silly. If we come back to the big room, I know we've gone too far. Climbable wall. To be honest, I don't love swimming controls in games like this. I don't love swimming controls, and I'm not enjoying these swimming controls either. Torch doesn't give... That gives a little bit of light, not that much. The lighting is the same across old school graphics and new school ones. Working on a... Oh, I see what you're saying. They're working on a smaller game. Oh, I got you. So it's like one game is to kind of be a smaller project to help fund the big game. That makes sense. Sounds good, Glittering Moon. Thanks for hanging out with us, bud.
Into a very different
Nice chatting with you. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers.
The bevy is done.
Long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Kind of more of a tech demo. That was my first thought when I first saw the game. I was like, this game looks great as hell. But, oh shit. God. Oh, I don't think there's a heavy attack for this weapon. I was trying the heavy attack. I don't think there is one. Oh, Spirit Realm. Yeah, I was pressing the button. I was like, man, we're not doing a heavy attack. I don't think the torch has a heavy attack. Or if it does, maybe I was doing the wrong inputs. No Skullfellows out here, so I gotta do my own suck. Not gonna suck itself, as they say. Yeah. I always much rather do a dodge, but the dodging is tricky because you don't necessarily get iframes. The dodge is more of just a quick movement, and sometimes the movement doesn't position any better. Sometimes you are in just as much of a position to take damage as you were earlier. I like how that guy was mid-attack. Oh, I see we got the slow movement through the gunk. Ow. Grass, very good. Moving through the gunk. You can still jump out of it, and it seems like if you're, like, in combo, you can still do the dodging around. Very awkward to getting through that stuff. Got the Checky here, which is nice. Yeah, Exanima is kind of a tech demo for, like, a greater project. A greater open world game, even. Oh, okay, so they already have a game in mind. So, yeah, there's, like, an overworld, like a franchise they're trying to establish, or, like, a world they're trying to establish. And maybe that's the idea, then, that between... Oh, hello.
Taste my blade, vampire.
Oh, get fucking smacked, idiot. That's a huge knockback. That's crazy. Quick attacks. I love how far it launches, and that's really good. Normally, I kind of default to the sword, and I might still give that sort of slight edge. But now I'm kind of impressed by the polearm, the reach that it has, and the yeah, that heavy attack is crazy. That launch really knocks him way the fuck back. They've been working on it for a while, because that's the thing. Exanima came out like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. It's not exactly a new game, not an old game, but not a new game either. So if they've got like a whole thing they're trying to do, then that sounds very ambitious. They start from scratch, though. I respect it. I respect it. They want to do it all themselves. It's a lot to go in on. It's ambitious and it's bold, but they want to do it. They want to do it right. I understand. And that goes. We have what these things are all about. Still the birds that are watching us. Disappearing into the ether. It's like a little fella down here, like a little frog guy. The frog guy is not a... Can they be killed? They cannot be killed. So they're not like little ethereal animals like the dudes following us. It's little frog guys, that's it. Get up there. Whoop, shit. Up. I'll be curious. I'll be curious about, but yeah, the one that, yeah, Lantern of the Laughless Saint, and the other one, the one that Eris pointed out. I've got them both on my list, so I'll be curious to see what it's all gonna come down to. I'm gonna guess that Lantern of the Laughless Saint will probably come out first. Probably could have done just a running jump. Anything over there, I'll be curious. Oop. A little bit tricky. The platforming in this game is still got some of that weirdness that we definitely saw in the first game. It's not quite as clunky, but there is still some clunk. Can't make that jump. We need some other, like, enhanced jump to be able to do that. Still also find myself getting stuck on, like, random parts of the geometry. Like, I'll walk up to, like, some kind of pedestal, some kind of, like, raised spot on the ground, and we'll just abruptly come to a halt. It's like we get stuck on kind of random bits of the geometry sometimes. They started in 2015? Wow. So, yeah, well over 10 years, like you said. It's like a physics-based... Right, exactly. I mean, the Unreal Engine and Unity, like, you know, that's all well and good, but that can only take you so far. And it's very physics-y based, so yeah, I'm not terribly surprised that they had to DIY it. Kick that shit open, there we go. Excuse me? Is that... What's that guy's name? Vulgar?
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The
Volthar?
creature vanished when he realized he was discovered.
The, really powerful vampire lad?
And his features were distinctive enough. This was the
Vorador, there's his name.
The monstrous assassin depicted in the strong...
He's still alive in this timeline, because we've done some time traveling, by the way.
Creature, brazen enough to assault the circle single-handedly, would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first, I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
And just so we're clear... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, that's... Okay, this is where I came from. I was gonna say, it looked like it was behind me. Yeah, was it up there? Was that where the guy was? Oh, shit, okay, no, I'm all turned around, yeah. Maybe it was behind me. I think it was. I think it exactly was, yeah. The platforms I jumped on just now, yeah. And there's the pedestals, right? Okay, yeah, so it was up here. So it was behind me then, because I didn't even notice the stuff up there. To that point, yeah, that bridge... Looking a little bit worse for wear, so I can't make that jump, obviously. I see the sword icon prominently on display. And that icon was on the door that we saw near the start of the game. We made a comment knowing that there was some kind of... Something special about that icon. Special about what the, that kind of sign on the door. Sorry, I gotta grab one thing. Okay, we're good. So anyway, so yeah, like you said, hopefully we'll find some way up. It might even wrap around. If we follow this path, it might lead us. Here we go. I do see this. I don't know if that's climbable. It probably isn't. How's it going, bud? You trying to reach me? How's that gonna work for you? Can you reach me from there? I don't think you can. Oh, I can't block that one. keep trying to do the heavy attacks because the heavy attacks are my favorite. Oh god, camera. There's that knockback. Yeah, I love that so much. He's still alive, which is impressive because I did a lot of damage. Ow. Oh my god. Like I'll put up the block, but I think it's like I hold on to the block button longer than I mean to. And then I'll try to dodge, and of course you can't block and dodge at the same time. So it's like I kind of forget which input I'm holding down sometimes between locking on and blocking. Dudes, the dudes here seem like they're tougher fights. Just in general, it seems like the AI is giving us combatants that are just more gooder at what they're doing. Can't block that one. Yep. Stuck on something. Just jump. There we go. Yep. Can I reach her? There we go. Yeah, like right there. That was a good example, kind of what I was saying, where it's like trying to navigate around here, and the uneven terrain gets a little bit tricky. We definitely get stuck on like on the level geometry sometimes, just kind of walking around. Of course, all this is like very much uneven, so I guess it makes sense, but just makes it kind of tricky to deal with. Let's see if I can climb on that wall. I don't think we can though, but oh, the fact that it's all goopy. No dice. Jump. Big jump. Yeah, we're just shy of being able to make it. Can't quite do it. You would think this is a Dark Souls game or a From Software game with the presence of a poison swamp like this. Have I never played Blood Omen? Correct, I've never played Blood Omen. Yeah, my first introduction to the Legacy of Kain series was playing the first Soul Reaver game, which is, of course, the second game in the series. I understand Blood Omen was, you know, more of like an RPG, you know, a top-down kind of RPG kind of game. Not quite like the 3D adventure games that most people think of when they think of Legacy of Kain. Shame that that second attack has so much knockback, or that first one has so much knockback. Because I like the second attack with its enormous knockback. Now, I know there's a number of characters that are in this game that are a direct reference to the characters you see in Blood Omen. More so Blood Omen than this first Soul Reaver game. But I guess that's the thing. The first Soul Reaver game, you have Kain and I guess Ariel to a degree, but a very limited degree, and also the mysterious, the ancient one that is kind of your guide in the first game. You know, they all have presence, but of course Kain is like the real presence. The other characters you interact with are the bosses you kill in the first game. Not quite the same. Yeah, you play as Kain in Blood Omen, and I think it shows his origin story, basically, right? And it shows how the pillars get corrupted and how he tries to stop the corruption. But yeah, at some point realizes he has to sacrifice himself, and realizes that by doing so, he would doom his race, his vampire race, and so decides to sacrifice the world around him, but in order to further his race of vampires, his vampire clan. So yeah, so at some point I want to play Blood Omen. I know it's quite a different game than this one, and I've heard that it's like pretty old school and pretty jank. But I mean, again, I as a Morrowind guy, I tell myself that I can handle a healthy dose of jank. It does look like a pretty cool game. It seems like it's something more akin to like a more old school, like maybe not dungeon crawler, but yeah, like some kind of like older RPG adventure game. Yeah, I understand there's a bunch of characters in that game that have probably a greater presence in this game specifically, because yeah, I think Vorador was that green guy. I think he's one of the main dudes you fight in that game. So his presence here is very significant. And that's the thing, because this game is us going back in time from the events of Soul Reaver. I think it was like, it said something about like 30 years. I don't know if it's 30 years before the events of Soul Reaver 1. But yeah, for sure it's in the past. Maybe it's like 30 years before the corruption of the pillars. Maybe that's the idea. Yeah, for sure I know this one takes place from quite a ways away. Quite a while away. I'm really vibing with the polearm. The sword is great, but the polearm, I'm really appreciating the range, and that knockback is so hilarious, man. I love it. The sword is Kain's sword. Right, yeah, the sword icon is the Soul Reaver. Right. Exactly, yeah. We learned about the Soul Reaver sword in the first game, and of course, obviously, the Soul Reaver becomes inextricably linked to us because we get the spiritual form of it. So, yeah, that is the namesake. How it all goes. Now, it's a series I'm enjoying, and I definitely want to play. I want to go back and play through Blood Omen. I also want to play the Blood Omen 2. I think Blood Omen 2 is technically the sequel to this game.
Here, leading northward into the mountains. The
We'll
opening
be playing Defiance, though. Defiance Remastered is out, so we'll be playing that next week.
Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Some kind of Metroidvania. It's an alright game, yeah. I don't know if I would beat it necessarily, but I'd want to at least try it out. I love my jankety games. I love my weird old school jank, and I mean that game, just based on the little blips that I've seen, looks very old school and looks very jank.
Die, fiend!
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. I love that knockback move so much. Yeah, jump. Might as well jump. Dead. I'm sure it's probably like, it probably isn't aged that gracefully, though. It wouldn't shock me if it was a little bit on the scrungular side. Can I be sneaky?
There's one! Taste my blade, vampire!
What was it? It was like, yeah, that little slide move. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Knock your ass down. Like they know I'm trying for specific moves, and that's their time to strike. Got his ass. Yeah, Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid, yeah. And that's a fair point, too. Very different games. I don't know how much of Metal Gear lore is really required to, like, be able to appreciate Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 and those kinds of games. I mean, there's references to characters that you see in Metal Gear 1, but it seems like Metal Gear 1 isn't quite as story-based. Like, you know, there's things for the mega fans that have the patience to play through all of them, obviously. But I don't know if how much of it is an expectation, necessarily. Yeah. Yep. Thanks for just standing by while I kill your friend. Appreciate that. Die, monster. Ah, shit. I'm pressing. Oh, right, because you can't block and dodge at the same time. I like that quick attack. Are you gonna do anything else, lady? She's gonna die. That's what she's gonna do. They tell you about, that's a fair point. You learn about Big Boss, which makes sense because of course Snake Eater is, you know, so long in the past compared to Metal Gear Solids 1 and 2. Oh. Look at that guy. Bonk. Can I just like yeet stuff at him constantly? Not sure if he can reach us from there. I wonder how much damage I'm doing when you throw weapons. I assume it's a decent bit of damage. The first game, it was a lot. We did have that instance, like... Well, it was last night we were playing this. I think it was even one of these range guys. I was just throwing shit at them constantly, and he just kept taking it, man. Ow.
Prepare to die.
I had a surprising amount of health. Can climb up? There we go. God, it's so awkward trying to get the kill. He's on the ledge like that. Unfortunately, very dark in here, and unfortunately, I don't know what much I can do about it. Get a torch at least. That kind of helps, but only marginally so. New here. Make this jump now. That's where we first came from. Yeah, nothing new here. Aaron says, I got the lore, baby. Yeah, Aaron is much more familiar with Metal Gear Solid lore than I am. I've only played the first game. I've only played Metal Gear Solid 1, so I'm disastrously uninitiated in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I know the basicest of basic, of bare minimum. I'm the basicest of basic bitches when it comes to Metal Gear Solid lore. And my knowledge is not very Metal Gear Solid.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more.
It's linear up to a certain point.
I recognize these arcane
That makes sense.
symbols from the chamber beneath.
I figured things probably get weird after 4.
That this shrine too was home to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Jamie, thank you, man. We're playing some Soul Reaver, baby. We actually beat Soul Reaver 1 last night, and now we're in Soul Reaver 2. I think you saw that I was playing this game a couple days ago when I rated you, and yeah, we're still in it, baby. We're still in the series. It's very good. It's very good, and the second one's like pretty solid too. The and also it's the remastered version, so you get the original, you get the remastered like pretty graphics and the original. And honestly, the original looks pretty good. I think this was a PS2 game originally, so I think it's aged pretty well. I will say that Soul Reaver 1 was a PlayStation 1 game, and that game in the original graphics, that game looks and feels like a Soul Reaver 1, like a PlayStation 1 game. All right, it's a little bit scrungy. Oh, this game's good though. I'm liking it a lot, man. Thank you for that raid, Jimmy. Poetic language, yeah, I could see that. Talking about different games, how they do their storytelling, and how the Metal Gear Solid game series is all over the place with its lore, but it's very good. Very, very good. Thank you, Jimmy, for that raid, doing some more Secret World Legends. I know you were playing some Marvel Rivals when he raided you last. Are you doing a challenge run right now with Secret World Legends, or are you just vibing? Yeah, Nero, what's up, buddy? That's right, yeah, Soul Reaver 1 was on Dreamcast and PS1, and of course now on Steam. In fact, I think even the original 1999 version of Soul Reaver 1 is on Steam, and I think Good Old Games. But this is the remastered version, and what's nice about this is that it's a remastered version of 1 and 2, which is good. So yeah, if I do this, you can see, yeah, this is Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. So it's a combo pack of both of them, which is super convenient. And there is a remaster of Soul Reaver, or, I'm sorry, a Legacy of Kain Defiance, which is on Steam right now. We'll actually be playing that sometime next week. So yeah, lots of Legacy of Kain in our future for shoresies. Oomst is this? ACS. Oh shit. Oh, shnikes. Thank you for that raid, Jimmy. And as always, if you have any clips you want to share, man, I'm always down. You've done me a solid by rating me. The least I can do is to offer up what kinds of things can I do for you. You're such a freaking homie, man. You raid me all the damn time. You're a cool dude. It was kind of exciting when I got to raid you the other day, because I never get to raid you. So you're the one who's going to bed at much more normal hours than I do. Got a shield. He thinks he's so cool. Oh god, getting low on health. Oh, get knocked back, idiot. He's dead. I'll eat his entire ass, and by ass I mean soul. Which is good, because I was getting pretty low on health. Why is the shield floating there? What the hell? Here, can I pick you up? Huh. Oh, I see. Unexpected. Unexpected. I just thought it was just a thing the guy was using. Turns out, it's a bucket lid. Now it's a shield. It's a trash can lid. That's all it is. The spider webs are pretty fascinating. the tangled web of lore and storytelling. That's how it can go. And of course, this game is getting into like stuff involving time travel. And anytime you do time travel stuff in games like this, it can get kind of messy. Let's do the spirit realm for this, because I need to pass through these gates. Graphics didn't sell the game necessarily. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't mind the scrungy graphics in Soul Reaver 1. I leaned into it. And of course, the remaster does a nice job of making it look pretty. But it is a little bit jarring. In this game, the gap between the remaster visuals and the original visuals is a much smaller gap. It was an enormous gulf in Soul Reaver 1, but in Soul Reaver 2, it's not quite as... I mean, there's still a difference for sure, but it's not quite as over the top. I'll give all three of them the suck. I'm gonna suck all three guys at once. There we go. We done did it, man. But no, to your point, the Neuro, that was just kind of par for the course. Ugly ass graphics, with like low resolution textures was just par for the course. It was 1999. It was a different time period, man. But the game holds up pretty good. Soul Reaver 1 is tricky because I don't mind the presentation being a little bit wobbly, but what I do mind is some of the kind of unintuitive design of some of the puzzles, some of the direction of like where you go in certain areas, like certain spots in certain dungeons being like you know, you see something so well hidden, you go, wow, surely this is like an optional area, right? This very well hidden thing that I've only barely discovered. No, it turns out that was like a main destination. Like that's the way you go to progress the main story. This kind of off the beaten path. Things in that game are sometimes like so well hidden and so obscure. It's a little bit obtuse. But again, it was 1999. We were still trying to figure out 3D adventuring, 3D platforming games. So, you know, some weird platforming controls, some slightly unintuitive designs of some of the levels and some of the puzzles. It can be forgiven. Again, 1999, it was a different time. This game has improved it significantly. This is I would say, generally an improvement from Soul Reaver 1 in a lot of ways. And I don't just mean graphically, I just mean like the overall presentation. It's the overall package, really. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm really impressed. That's right, the gadget-only challenge. You did tell me about that, Jimmy. That's right. But on Friday nights, we play games with the homies. That's right, man. The jank is absolutely part of the charm, Neuro. And we were talking about that earlier, the idea of like, well, to have this game appeal to other audiences, to modern audiences, do we need to do a remake? Is a remake in order? And I think that'd be cool. I wouldn't say no, but I'm not sure if Crystal Dynamics has that kind of budget right now. Seems like they're kind of laying low. I don't know like what stuff they're being active on right now. If we want this thing, there was some other stuff behind us, so I could explore some areas behind us. We're not committed to only looking at this thing. Yeah, I know Crystal Dynamics were the publisher for this game, and Aspire Media were the ones that handled the remaster. They did a pretty alright job with the remaster. I think they did pretty good. We did see there was one bug we had last time, or 2 streams ago, where it's possible to soft lock the game in Soul Reaver 1. And it's even possible to corrupt your save in Soul Reaver 1. It has something to do with an area where there's bugs that happen most likely due to the 60 frames per second update that was done for the remaster. So there's like an area in particular where like the obstacles kind of wig out a little bit physics-wise, and other artifacts of the level start like seeping into parts of the level that shouldn't be present. And it gets a little bit sloppy. So it's not a perfect remaster. We've also had it crash once. I had the game crash on me once. It happens. It happens. Reaver. Do with Dark. I have the Reaver on. Okay. I'm guessing that means that's whatever this thing is over here, that's what I need to get. Anything else? I can make it to that shit. Trying to like land on this guy so I can jump up there. No such dice though. No such dice. Yeah, so I don't mind the jank. And again, I'm an enjoyer of older games like Morrowind. I tend to embrace retro games in every ugly form that they give us. I try to embrace the jank. I try to thrive in it when possible. Grab one of these things and grab a torch because it's so dark. Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, the idea of a remake or I mean, this is already a remaster, but the idea of a remake is not a bad one. Yeah, the problem, of course, is that these games are pretty jank, and it's kind of hard to jump into Soul Reaver 2 without playing through 1. And Soul Reaver 1 I mean, the clunk kind of gets in the way at times. At times, it definitely gets in the way. So I understand when there are people that say, man, these games have aged horribly, because the first one is a little bit rough. It's I can understand when people might kind of bounce off of it. Hero says, I was there back in the day, man. I remember those days. I remember. That Gex budget. I forgot that Crystal Dynamics were, I guess, the developers for Gex. So yeah, that is maybe that's what they're saving up for, man. The Gex reboot that no one asked for, except for Aaron. Go here. Can't just open the door. Exactly, man. Let's get back to the games, but thank you again to Jimmy for that raid. Really appreciate you, man. Yeah, microplastics stored in the balls. At this point, I mean, that was the whole thing, right? That was the whole thing. They ran those tests and said, huh, literally all of our test subjects had tested positive for microplastics in their testicles. Wowee. Wowie zowie. Let's go back. Maybe there's something over this way, because I do see that there, like, this, like, top fella up there. We'd be able to glide across. That's probably it. Now, this doorway is where we first came from. This is where we first came from. I'm gonna go in the spirit realm real quick. Maybe there's something else. Oh, here we go. There's a climbable wall over here. That might just be the key, then. I need to kill one of you guys so I can get my health back. You guys are much more aggressive than the first game. In the first game, you'd hit him once, they'd start to run away. Be aggressive. And one. Oh, heck, I had full health, and that guy hacked it, man. Ow. 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 Okay. So the climbable wall is what we need. That's what we're gonna do, then. Then, yeah, where was the... Yes, actually. Well, yeah, it had to be in here somewhere. The conduit back to the physical realm. Not you. Oh, it's probably over this way. That's what it is. Making it rain like confetti. That's right. That's right. I've made the exact same joke before, and it never gets old. Never gets old. It never will. So let's head back to that climbable wall. That's the key, I do believe. That do be the kicker. Actually, two of them. Whoop. They look so sad. They can't climb. They can't follow me. It'd be cool if I could pick up their swords. I didn't even try with the dude we killed earlier.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race and the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted...
Don't feel the Reaver. Or don't fear the Reaver.
Icon.
Don't feel the Reaver. Cool thing up there. Actually, hold on. I'm kind of curious. We do have full health. So if there was ever a time to fight these guys, this is a pretty good time to do so. Ow. Oh, right, but if I kill them, I don't get the health. I get the sword? I get the sword! It's kind of like a... Is it like a... Clang, clang. Is it like a broken sword? It's very short. Oh, God, that's an unblockable one. I guess I should have figured by the jump. Chop him in half. Give me the health. And they don't have a typical, like, human soul. They have a, like a demon soul. Like, the kind of things you see in the realm of the undead. So the sword's not broken. It's just very short, but very girthy. Short and girthy, just the way I like them. Got the chud sword. Oh, hello. What's your deal? Are you like a spellcaster or something? Woo! Okay, you're dead. I mean, that was very that was very unceremonious. Anything on this side? Nothing new there. Can I just kill you? Maybe there's more. Bonk. Chop him in half. Scarf down the soul. Now, is this thing I can grab? Here, let me do this. Boing. You yoink this off the walls. Is it just a melee weapon? Looks like it's the same kind of deal. Back to the modern graphics for a bit. I can make this jump. There's a reason they have the same souls as the kind of thing we see in the spectral realm. Well, I assume the idea is these are like zombies we're fighting. So if the idea is that undead have like spectral realm souls, then that actually would make sense. That would make sense. Versus like a standard human soul. Yeah, so Nero, sounds like you're pretty familiar with this game. Sounds like you kind of know a decent bit about this game, or at least the game's world. The world of Legacy of Kain. Oh. Before I jump down there. Let's see, can I do like the kinetic blast or anything? There. Grab this and hop back down. Boonk. Oh wait, what was that? What was that? Can rotate. Okay. Perfect. Ultimately need to open that door up. Open that one just yet. Not sure what this thing is for. Rotate this fella. Oh, although that might do one step at a time. We need to place the medallion thing here, most likely. Played it back in the day. Nice. From Blood Omen to Defiance. So you've played the whole series. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sounds like you've probably remembered quite a bit, too, because you played them back in the day. These games are, you know, a little bit on the older side, but if you've remembered a lot, that means that like speaks to how well this game does with its storytelling for it to stick with you. You know, some games try, but sometimes it can be a little bit like having it be memorable is the hard part. Having it stick with you. Go through there. The verbosity of the game. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I've always heard that the writing and storytelling and just like the world building is one of this game's strongest suits. And they're not wrong. That's absolutely correct. It is absolutely one of the strongest aspects of the game. With the first game, there were a lot of points where I thought to myself, like, man, like, I don't even want to fight things. I don't even want to, like, deal with the dungeons. I mean, maybe the dungeons and the puzzles is one thing, but, like, the combat in the first game kind of got in the way at times where it's like, man, I don't even want to fight things. Just, like, give me the story. Like, give me the lore. Like, that's what I find much more fascinating here. This game, I'm enjoying the combat a lot more, for sure. But, yeah, it's like that's like, to me, that's like an indication that this game definitely brings the heat with the writing and the storytelling experience. So I can't make this jump. I definitely need to return to the physical realm so I can redirect this guy. Can't do so through those gates. Drop down and see if there's anything else around here, but could climb up here though. Oh, there we go. Just gotta find a conduit. We'll be all set. Give us the goods. Right there, we're at full health. Do well. Yoink. So I would say this is probably more akin to our first, like, proper dungeon then. That guy, yoink. The writing style is very impressive. Also, I'm a big Eternal Darkness fanboy, and I understand that some of the folks that worked on the Legacy of Kain games went on to work on Eternal Darkness under the Silicon Knights moniker. Speaking of which, tomorrow, I think, tomorrow in early access, I do have a key for it, but I'm not going to stream it anytime soon because I'm going to wait for, like, things to get better. I'm going to wait for the game to get better, because I know it's going to be a little bit rough at launch. The Dennis Dyack, for better for worse, the face, the name and face behind Silicon Knights, for better for worse, everything good and wrong with that game, or with that developer. Dennis Dyack is making a game that is entering into early access like tomorrow, Dead House Sonata, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks rough. It looks fucking rough, but I did get a key for it. I didn't even really ask for one. It just kind of landed in my inbox. And I was like, all right, fuck, we're fucking doing this thing, man. Ooh, I got them range shots. But we'll see. It's called Dead House Sonata. I have no idea how good it's gonna be. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. They like they flounder before they drop dead. Bonk. It'll be the first time the guy has like released a game in a hot minute. There's been a couple attempts at kickstarting a spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness, but all those Kickstarter attempts have failed. I think he probably made some mobile games. I think he had a studio that made some mobile games for a little bit there. But he hasn't made like a full ass game in a long time. And I mean, I love Eternal Darkness. Eternal Darkness is one of my favorite video games of all time. And he was the director of Silicon Knights back in the day that made that game. But between 2 Human and X-Men Legends and all these other games that kind of floundered, yeah, he's been known to have mismanaged a lot of things. But he does have some of his DNA is in this game. Like he had some involvement, maybe not this one specifically, but with the series Legacy of Kain. I think he was involved with making the first one, maybe. Console days, right. Yeah, exactly. The fact that normally you would get, for this kind of experience, you would usually think this kind of writing would come from a PC game. Not so much a console game. So you're absolutely right, Neuro. That is one of the many things that makes this truly unique. Alright, so I need to, I guess, direct that to, like, receive the sun, receive the light. Is there anything else around here? We killed some dudes, which is all well and good. Is there another side I can run to? Climb on? Something jumps out at me. What's up, Iggle Wiggles? Yeah, Eternal Darkness, my favorite horror game. My favorite horror game for sure. I've played a decent number of them over the years, but Eternal Darkness gets the top spot for sure. Oh, show. Oh, can't block that one, right? What am I doing? What am I trying blocking it? I should know better. It's a shame I can't interrupt that attack. Bonk. Bleh. The voice cast was phenomenal. For this game and for Eternal Darkness. I know you're probably talking about Eternal Darkness, but yes, this game and Eternal Darkness. Incredible voice cast. I think there was actually some voice actors that did contributions for both games. I think there was some voice actors for the Legacy of Kain series that they then brought on for Eternal Darkness. There was one when we played Legacy of Kain Ascendance, and I know, Ascendance is a bit of a 4-letter word amongst the Legacy of Kain's faithful, and I get it. I totally understand. But we did play, I haven't beaten it, but I played a good chunk through it on stream, and one of the voice actors in Legacy of Kain Ascendance was the same voice, I think. If they weren't the same voice actor, they were awfully similar to the voice actor that plays Pius in Eternal Darkness, and I did the, I did the soy jack pog face when I heard the noise, when I heard his voice. Very iconic. Let's see what else we can do in this room. This happy little space. Let me just give the skull suck. Boink. Little delicious undead soul snack. So I can open this door. Just kidding. No, I can't. Okay, no, I can't open that one. Okay. I might crack that open now. Dude, let's crack it open now. What do we got? And it stays open, which is nice. Oh, it's just a shortcut. Okay. Just a shortcut. Oh. Oh, shit. Well, never mind. It's not a shortcut then. Oh, wait. Is there something I can reach now? We did do some things. I still can't reach this guy, though. Okay, let's keep putzing around then. More to be figured out here. You guys back? Nope, they are still dead. They are already dead. Try moving that sunlight pedestal around a couple more places. There's a couple other things that caught my eye. There was that one other door. Caught my eye. Grab it. Grab it. There we go. Right, any other place we could go from this side? I don't think so. I think originally it was facing that away, so let's warp it this way. Oh, never mind. I think it was facing that way originally. This one. That door is. Raziel's Michael Bell. Is that his name? Because I don't know the name off the top of my head. But yeah, it's Raziel, and I think he's done the voice for I think every iteration of Raziel across the Legacy of Kain series, even in Ascendance, which is, to be honest, it's a little bit unfortunate because he is much older now, and unfortunately, it sticks out like a sore thumb when we were hearing his voice in Ascendance. It was almost kind of comical. It's like I appreciate that they brought him in. I think it's good. It's a good thing they brought him in, but you have these weird instances. Can I get the health? Get the health, please. Thank you. You have these weird instances where, without spoiling too much, there's like some time travel shenanigans. Oh my god. You have some time travel shenanigans happening in Ascendance. Alright, I can't block that one. And there's a moment where Raziel is interacting with, unbeknownst to him, this version of himself. Like the human version of Raziel is interacting with the wraith-like Soul Reaver version of himself, but he doesn't realize that it's him. And they have the same voice, and of course one is much younger than the other. Like one is a young man, the other one is a withered corpse of a wraith-looking guy. And it's so bizarre. Like you hear them talk, and they both have like the same kind of old man Raziel voice. It's very distracting. So, I mean, on the one hand, I'm glad they included him in the game, but on the other hand, it's like, maybe they should have had someone else do the young Raziel voice. I'm just not sure this is the right call here. It's like, I shouldn't be laughing in these scenes, but I was absolutely cackling when that was happening. Tony J being the voice of the Overseer, the voice of the Elder God that kind of helps us along in the first game. And we confirmed is in the second game, by the way. We saw him earlier. It's bizarre because at the end of the first game, the Overseer, or whatever his name is, advises you, saying like, hey, man, if you go through that portal to follow Kain, it'll be outside my influence. I won't be able to help you. And Raziel's like, good, I'm tired of this guy. Like, I'm tired of this guy talking all the time, flapping his gab. And yet, we did find him within only like a few hours of playing this. Second one. Need some kind of way to corporealize myself. Oh, is Tony J no longer with us? That's unfortunate. Didn't realize he had passed away. Michael Bell. Ooh, which Transformer was that? Realized he was doing the Transformer voices. It's cool too. Doesn't surprise me though, because usually voice actors this good have more than one role. Sideswipe, nice man. He did a bunch of the Rugrats. Now that's unusual, but cool as hell. That's unusual, but very delightful. Very funsies. Probably need to land on this thing. This whole dungeon, this whole temple is reminding me absolutely of Legend of Zelda. I'm gonna hit you with it. It reminds me of Wind Waker. You thought I was gonna say Twilight Princess, but this reminds me of the first dungeon in Wind Waker. This room in particular, all the overgrown moss and the trees. First dungeon in Wind Waker. Or also the first dungeon in Twilight Princess. That's also true. But my brain first goes to Wind Waker. Jump on these guys. Could fight those duders. We don't have to fight the duders. Voice the fear in Metal Gear Solid 3. There you go, man. There you go, man. The connections keep adding up. I love it. I'm here for that kind of shit, man. There, of course. Not surprised. We know, of course, if I go into spirit form here, this platform does reach upwards, which would allow me to presumably get to there. I probably can't quite get there on my own. Ooh, shit. I was going to turn around. It's one of those games where you can't just, like... So, let me do it just there. I was about to say, it doesn't let me just, I realize that fighting these guys now is going to be a pain because I'm going to lose a lot of health. Yeah, I had it just there. Well, like, you can't just turn on a dime. You turn around. Turn around. You turn around when you are, like, when you're moving. Trying to lock on. There we go. Ow. Disable that so I can get a proper kill and get some health back. Ripped him in half. Can I get the soul, please? Thank you. If I can get some kills. Ow. Quick chop on that guy. Ow. I get the health. Thank you. Gonna go for these freaking minstrels in the gallery that are shooting at my ass from afar. Oop. Just gonna knock up your friends real quick. Also, they are very weak. They're very quick to kill. Good. Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready for that shit. Ew. Ow. Get the health. Please, I want the health. Please. Health. Please. And as for you, fuck you. And also, fuck you. I thought he was gonna pick up the sword from him. I was gonna say, like, no fucking way you're gonna be picking up that weapon. That's not allowed. That's an illegal gamer move. Splatter his entire soul. There we go. Do have battle music. Is there more? Whomst. Whomst else wishes. I think we're okay. This is where we first came from, I think. Yeah, there's the bars. Right. Kain was voiced by Simon Templeman. And Paul Luthiker. Okay. Don't think I know either of those names. Like, I don't do a good job of keeping track of voice actor names by and large. Graphics for a bit as well. Bloop. Run up this way. I recognize a voice as one of the voice actors as Medivh. Medivh. I don't think I recognize that character. Is that from Metal Gear Solid as well? Go ahead and soul form it up. Woo! From Warcraft. Ah, very nice, very nice. Right, when it comes to Warcraft, I'm even less experienced. Over here. Can't walk that guy. I'm assuming that we'll eventually find the same kinds of heart piece things we were finding in the first game. Those little pie slices that can increase your max health. Guessing we'll eventually find those kinds of things. So I'm trying to keep an eye out for secrets. And opportunities for such things. Oop. Ah. Get fucking kicked, idiot. Bonk. Wailing on his ass. Then I rip his entire penis off, and I will take health. Yes, I'll take that. Then I'll also take your shield. Like how the shield is very bright and purple. Right here. That's where it goes. Hearthstone Heroes of the Storm Tacho as well. That makes sense. I'm sure they probably use a lot of the same voice talent for those games too. I mean, I know Warcraft 3. I know Warcraft 3 at least. So that's the extent of my lore knowledge. Little as it is. Very dark in here. Grab a torch. Question is, what do we do with this old thing? Oh, this old thing. I'm guessing we're rotating it. Okay. So it faces the thing on the wall, maybe? Oh. Huh. Well, maybe it's gotta be that way then. Thing is, there's no light source coming from that direction. Maybe there will be eventually? Thing is, not exactly sure where or how. Could eventually maybe be something coming down this way. The character's Heroes of the Storm. Right, right. Which has a bunch of Blizzard IPs included. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because, yeah, Heroes of the Storm would have had stuff from Diablo. What targets you say? Diablo, StarCraft, that kind of thing. Gotta shoot things. Okay. Puzzle targets, you say? It might constitute a puzzle target. Okay. Do a puzzle target? What is a puzzle target? That guy, I don't think. How's it puzzle targets? Be like, what would constitute a puzzle target? I'm on this guy. Get up here. Oh, is there that guy up there? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Maybe? Keep past my big old noggin. Projectiles at puzzle targets. Huh. I'll admit, but I do not know. What other projectiles could they be referring to? I do see. Oh, we can grab this thing. Okay. Trying to just, there we go. Just go that way. Yoink this thing. That's not hiding anything necessarily. We might need to like drag that one. Can I drag it just anywhere? I probably can't drag it here. I can't drag it there. I can't go left or right. I'll go back and forth. Can't go any further back, so it would seem. I think fine, because now it's parallel. Yep. What's the Warcraft movie? I've heard it's actually not bad. I heard the Warcraft movie's not bad at all. Heard it's not amazing. Oh, shit. But yeah, I've heard it's not bad. Not sure why I watched it. What'd you think? What'd you think? Oh, but you watched it in oh, this was not a recent watch. You watched it in theaters. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, move this guy to face it. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. It's like the light should already be pouring in from somewhere. And there is this light here. Oh, you didn't like it? I'm sorry to hear that. I heard it was okay. I heard it wasn't bad, but not amazing. Probably more significant for fans of the series. So yeah, if you're normally like myself, then yeah, it might just be kind of so-so. Push it. Push it real good. It's a tricky one. It's a real tricky one. Best I can figure is that there's something we've missed. It's saying shoot projectiles at puzzle targets. Constitutes a puzzle target. I see the walls are cracked on the pillars here. I shoot the tip. Hashtag just the tip. Projectiles at puzzle targets. What does it mean? Does anybody who remembers this puzzle If I... actually, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's Spirit Realm it. Spirit Realm, see if something maybe presents itself. But yeah, I'm wondering... what I'm wondering is if I need to come back here later after I've done other stuff. There was one other part earlier where we were trying to... We were, like, moving a light source around. But that was very... That was, like, a long ways away from this area. So I wouldn't think the sun would be... The light would be able to reach here, necessarily. Spirit Realm reveals nothing. Here, at least. Well, there's, like, a weird spot on the ground where, like, the polygons don't quite light up sometimes. Go back out this way, see if there's something else I've missed. We'll realm it up. Droop. It'd be one thing if I could, like, if there was something that I could hold or something I could place that could shine the light that way. Maybe then it'll be clear. There was that one medallion thing I couldn't figure out how to reach. I assumed I was doing all these things to be able to reach that medallion eventually. But I'm still coming up short. I'm still not any closer to a salutation, much less a solution. By the way, good to see Lunar Waffles. I see Lunar Waffles has something for us. That's back the way I came. Nothing around here. I think we just might need to Spirit Realm it up once again. That guy's right there. He's waiting for me. There's something else in that sun area, that little chamber thing that will make it more clear. Playing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2. Actually, I don't even think the Legacy of Kain moniker is in this game's subtitle. I think it's just called Soul Reaver 2 sans Legacy of Kain label. Obviously, it's part of the series still. Still part of the series, and it's clearly a sequel to Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1. Oh, he tried to eat my stuff. I was trying to eat his ass. Kind of missing these guys are a little bit more timid. A bit more afraid. They are fearless. Very aggressive. Where's that physical conduit? Oh, there might not be one in here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yep. Or have it facing that way, which does nothing for us. Well, I guess it doesn't do nothing. Rotate. If I throw it that way, that of course closes that door. It's not lost to me that this moon is obstructing. Moon is blocking this guy. Got an eclipse situation happening. Whatever's supposed to go here. Yeah, up top. I guess we could go back this way, see if there's something else that I missed. And the answer is probably yes. I probably missed something somewhere. It's just a question of, like, what's the disconnect? Maybe there's some new interaction here. Problem is, I don't know how to reach that platform. Maybe there's like another. Maybe there's like a climbable wall back here that I. Oh, you can move this guy. Now I see it. And with the light shining that way, I'd be able to reach him. Okay, I just need a conduit to reach it. Right, that's the kicker. Okay. I walked by this thing probably half a dozen times, never realizing. Not realize. Oh, they got the guy. I want the skull fella. I wanted the skull snack. Do I really have to fight three of you guys? That seems overindulgent. Seems selfish. They're a lot tankier than I remember, too. 1, 2, 3. Conduit. Hopefully not a bunch of the other standard fellers have started to respawn by now. OG graphics for a bit. They are indeed respawning. I'm not surprised. And hopefully they will choose not to shoot projectiles at me from afar, because I'm sure they could reach if they wanted to. Yeah, right her. But to the left. And there we go. Was that the kicker? Is that the key to all this? Well, I mean, I did that. What did it do? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the icon, kind of reminiscent of... Well, it's like a wobbly kind of looking obelisk. And it's blocking the... Or it's in front of, I guess, that mural on the wall, that painting that shows like an empty moon. Oh, wait, oh my god. Oh, it's the shadow. Oh, okay, I didn't even realize. I didn't even notice this part. Okay, so we're casting a shadow that becomes a platform inexplicably. I mean, I'm grateful for it, but what the fuck, man? So random. So that's the kicker. That's the kicker. Okay. Now we're figuring out. We got that guy coming in hot. Facing this one right now. Bring this guy around. That does nothing, but this one... there we go. We'll do something. Maybe? That do? I don't know. If I go the other way? I figured something would happen. Oh, maybe the idea is we have to... Sorry, he's really excited. He's really excited. Can you blame him? Maybe the idea is now I have to move that obelisk. He's really excited. Oh, I guess I can shoot it from here? Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Oh! Hell. God damn it. Once again, I try to turn around, but you can't just turn on a dime. You have to go like... Alright, so... The problem is, I don't think I can shoot this thing to turn it. Can I shoot projectiles at you to turn you? I cannot. That would be very convenient if I could. Can I move that guy? I have to be kind of on the side, don't I? That's where it's gonna get kind of annoying. I have to... Oh, fuck. That's gonna happen a lot. I have to go all the way around. So I have to position the sun reflector fella where I think it needs to go, which I think is the right. I'm pretty sure that's the one it needs to go to. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know for sure because there's been no... Well, I guess it was first pointing at maybe that one originally. So I'll assume that that's the right one there. The projectiles are kind of like light. Can they reflect on the mirrors themselves? We could try it. It's like a little kinetic... They call it a kinetic energy blast. So it's like a little wisp of energy. I hold it. Nah, I don't think so. I wonder the same thing if that itself could be used. This is the second time we've seen shoot projectiles at puzzle targets. But it doesn't really do anything for us, I don't think. I mean, unless there's a puzzle target I'm not seeing here, but like, how does that message help me at all? It'd be one thing if I could I could move that fella by being at the right angle. Doing it from the side. Just slide it back where it came from. I don't think that's an option. Oops, shit. I just want to turn around. That's why I was trying to, like, get as far to the left as possible. Maybe if I stand here? Damn, this seems skeevy. This seems like a thing that the game wouldn't want me to do. I can't do it. Can't fucking do it, yeah. Well, let's just go all the way around then. Actually, maybe I don't have to go all the way around because I can just move it from here. Platform goes away. The sun isn't doing anything, yeah. That doesn't do it. I was really hoping that would do it. Man, this is a stumper. I'm running out of ideas here. Back to the games. All right, so what we've done so far is you can see the game. Good. So what we've done so far, we got this guy here, we've faced this way. Gotta go back across this guy. All right, so let's guy back then. Huh? Head back across. Yeah, so far had it try to go. Two projectiles at puzzle targets. We've had it try to go this way and I guess no other directions. Now to that point, I guess we haven't actually had it face the same direction. All right, or did we? Maybe we did. I can't remember actually. We've had it face this way. Let's find out. There was something up. Was it that guy there? Is that where we're supposed to shoot? Let's go back. I tried shooting the one in the other room and it didn't do anything, but maybe this one will be different. Gotta shoot that thing, okay. As I tried shooting it earlier. I tried shooting one similar to it earlier and it didn't go. Is there like a sweet spot? The sides. Of course, it's kind of hard to see what, like, where we're fully charged. Okay, we'll try fully charged. We could see past our noggin a little bit better. Fully charged. I'm assuming that's fully charged. Use the the Reaver does a different projectile. Oh. Try the fully charged one. Oh, that was it, Farsight. That was it. Thank you, Farsight. I knew there was something I was missing. I was like, there's a function that I'm just not understanding, and that was the kicker. Thank you, Farsight. Man, I was losing my goddamn marbles. I was like, what is it that I'm not seeing? So we got to go to the other room and do that whole sequence with that as well. I think it's you have to resolve one side and another. The glowy door, exactly. Yeah. Turn that one. Yeah, that was the linchpin for all this. This has opened up many things for us. And then you run in circles to turn the sundial. You run in circles to spin it with the cute little spinsies. It's so cute. So, that is... Yeah, we recognize where that is. Can't grab this guy. Oh, I can grab it, though. Let's see. Above us, there we go. I'm clear. Kind of right over it. What the symbols signify. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and resolve that other room. That other half of the room. Yeah, we did all that so we could resolve that half. But now that we know you have to do the fully charged sword projectile. Because, yeah, I was trying just regular projectiles, charged and otherwise, and couldn't get it to tick. I'm trying to think if there was ever an indication by the game that says, hey, man, you might have certain things that require a sword projectile to, like, move things forward. I don't doubt that the game might have told that to me at some point. I just forgot, but it's like, man, that's so specific. But now we know, and it's thanks to Farsight for pointing that out to me. That's super helpful, bud. Give the suck. No, it's okay, Mirka. No, I especially for for people that don't know this game or have never played it, there's no way I would ever expect anything specific. I definitely don't expect people to, like, look up walkthroughs. That's more legwork than I would ask of anybody necessarily. The cute circles, Frax. The cute circles were a real one. Cute circles were they were cute and circular. Yeah, we almost had it right. If I would have tried, and that's a good thing to remember, next time the game is saying, hey man, use your projectiles to move stuff, or to hit projectile, or to hit targets, that is, like puzzle targets, try just standard kinetic projectile, but also try the sword projectiles, because it does make a difference. Honest and for true, it does make a difference. Oh, another one. Another suck. I'll only look up the degenerate things. It's funny when not Mobius. Who called Kain a degenerate? It was the overseer guy, the ancient one, the elder creature, the squid fellow that was in the bottom of the lake earlier. Called Kain a degenerate, not to his face obviously, but he's like, you need to smite that degenerate from this plane of existence. And I was like, I will bookmark it and fap to it angrily later on. Alright, so did I have that positioned correctly? Yes, I did. Cthulhu's inbred cousin. Inbred? I love bread. Not that kind of bread, Alex. Jump up. Oop. Go. Like, oh, it's like pointing to it too. Got my torchy. Oh! The torch is gone. Where'd it go? Up his ass? I sure hope so. I'm gonna guess I have to pick this up. Yep. Bring it down to that little pedestal on the other side of the room. Flip it around. Can I throw it? I cannot throw it. Can I attack with it? I can't attack with it. That's disappointing. I can drop it down casually. I was hoping I could just fucking yeet it, but no yeets. Fortunate. Also can't use the wings. The wings with this one. Let's see, I think it would be this one right here. That one, obviously. Oh! Or it just opens for me, thank you. Here. Guessing it doesn't go here. It goes right over here. Got a little pedestal and everything. The flippies. Woo! Now, I need to go back to where we were just earlier. Oh, actually, maybe not. Okay, here we go. So if I shine the light that way, that should all work out. Except this guy's blocking it. This moon fella. That's not an issue? Is an issue. Go the other one then. Maybe there's something else I have to do in that other one. That would not shock me. Zoop. The little frisbee. Just fucking launch that shit. I imagine it's not like made of glass. It's not like super fragile, but I'm guessing it would make a very loud clang, 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 clang noise if you You eat that shit. Bounces against walls, that kind of crap. Now I need the physical version. Is there a physical thingy up here? Let me hear your body talk. Now these guys, so I can get my health back. Can't be physical. Go back to this one. Yeah, it's gonna be that sundial. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's something in there we need to deal with. I'm just gonna do a quick suck. Please. I think they ate all of them. Did they eat all the skull fellas? You guys ate all of them? You didn't leave any for me? That's not cool, bro. Yep. Frustrating, because these guys are so aggressive. If I leave even one alone, he'll interrupt me when I'm trying to suck his homies, which is very much not the bro move. Real cockblock move, trying to block me sucking the homies, man. Not cool, man. Not cool. Okay. Then that sundial with physical ability to move things. See how it all goes down. Got a good feeling about this one. A relatively okay feeling about this one. There we are. Just whoop. I was thinking that if it was just over the hole, we'd be all set. Maybe we're just a little bit off. Moves it away, I think, right? Sure if there's any significance to the... Oh, now it's like properly on it, yeah. See if there's any significance to the symbols. So it's not going left or right, it's like up and down, basically. Not a lateral movement, more of a moving it like depth-wise. Solar eclipse happen. Oh! Crystal starts pissing and forms. Okay. Now, what does it mean? The souls of the damned cry out in anguish at what we've wrought upon this world. Again, all I can think of is like how it would sound whenever we would happen upon the eternal darkness, the tome of eternal darkness in eternal darkness, and how the cries of the damned would get louder as you got closer to it.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, the Soul Reaver was now in...
I had to jam it into the Altarussi, the Altussi.
Its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged
the Chivo
into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power.
The juice.
Thus sated, the Reaver released me, and I realized as I recovered control.
And the Reaver needed a cigarette and a Gatorade.
Ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver.
Ah, nice shot of his ass, by the way. There we go. So those little pedestals we were seeing, not this. Oh, that gives us a health increase. Cool. So we don't have, like, the heart pieces necessarily, like we did in the first game. Oh, okay, so that's, which is, well, that makes me happy. It also makes me sad. It means there's, like, less secret finding in this game, but I guess it also means less rabbit hole digging. Kind of like, you know, digging up just, like, random shit. So, yeah, so those little pedestals we were seeing, I thought they were, well, we figured they would have some kind of function. Wasn't sure what they were going to be. Not the way we came. So they're forges, he says. Ah, yes, the Dark Soul. The guy where he's holding the beaker of liquid. Ah, finally, the Dark
Now I
Soul.
understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout.
Right,
my
these
journey.
basins,
They were
right.
elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein.
Soaking it, if you will, in the hole. Soaking it the hole so that way Jesus is not as mad at me. Now the question is, how dost thou soak? It's thinking. Maybe the idea is I don't have to deal with this right now, but the idea is if we find more of these in the overworld and like walk up to them and I don't know, maybe they'll auto activate. I guess I don't know what these things do. But yeah, the voice actor we're hearing, the voice actor for Raziel is Drew Pickles, which is delightful. Raziel, why are you pumping that basin with dark energy using the Soul Reaver sword? Because I've lost control of my life. And to get the fuck out of here we go. Which way do we go? How did I get here? I guess it was this way, because yeah, that was the door that led us into that little dungeon area. So one of the downsides of this game is that it's much more linear, because yeah, there's less secrets.
One eclipsing the other. I recognize this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine.
We did
the
see
one I
earlier.
had seen in the lake outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
Okay, so the basin is a way to color your weapon with a certain with an element of your choosing. That's my understanding. So when you find those basins, we can walk up to it, dip our sword in, and that colors it with that element or stains it with that element until we find another element. Another basin. Or if there's a way to make it neutral, I suppose. Yes, this game is a lot more linear, less exploration heavy. For better or for worse. I mean, I both like the exploration in Soul Reaver 1. I liked exploring around, I like fucking around and finding out, but I can also appreciate the fact that this game's maybe a little bit more direct. Because spending less time dawdling around and dicking around with trying to find, oh, where was that one secret that I saw earlier, that one platform I couldn't quite reach earlier, but now I can reach it. Less of those kinds of moments is good and bad, because I like the exploration, but it can be frustrating being like, oh, fuck, what was that door I saw earlier? What was that one platform I couldn't reach? And being rewarded for your exploration. So, I mean, if nothing else, that does kind of encourage me to keep my eyes on the prize.
You're a ragged excuse for a savior.
Vorador.
Same could be said for you, frog-ass looking motherfucker.
Reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope. I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange.
Sorry, try that one.
Your arrival coincides with the corruption of the pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the pillars' destruction or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin.
We like that metaphor, don't we?
Your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years.
The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
Got the Chivo for having a chat with Vorador. There it is. There it is, man. Some good shit. Got a good little lore dump there from Voltron. Learned a lot about ourselves and about the game's lore from Voltron, which is nice. Darth Vader. Let me get back to the keep. Let's see if there's anything special from around here. We're in the gloop right now. Oop. Gloop is kind of hard to get through. Blam. So can I smack you up so I can grab her weapon like that? Ow. Ow. Boop. Get her ass. There we go. I'll take that health, and if there's another one, I'll take that one too. Okay, so yeah, there was the guy up on like on the top spot. It's so dark. It's so dark here. Yeah, I can reach over here and even jump across. I was actually hoping I could just like launch him off the edge, but that works too. So the fact that they kind of started us that direction makes me think maybe I should just go from here, because yeah, that was this direction over on this spot, I suppose, is more the that vantage point where we first saw what's his face from afar. This basin is unpowered. There's nothing, so I don't have like any accompanying power to go with that guy. So yeah, we jumped down from here, and really we're just heading back towards the keep. Game like The camera like really wanted me to look up. What am I looking up for?
There's one.
Does good damage. This guy, so I can throw this thing at some baddies. What is the story so far, or do you mean like how am I enjoying the story? Like what if I'm enjoying it? Because I am enjoying it. Enjoying the game as a whole. I'm also enjoying. Oh shit. Also enjoying the game's storytelling aspects. Question of what, like, kind of what is the story? I can like try to summarize it to the best of my ability. I'm sure there's details I'm still maybe a little bit unsure about, just because there's a lot of things that we don't know. I need to go to regular weapons now because I'm taking some damage. There's still a lot of unanswered questions that we have for sure. Yeah, the story so far is that many moons ago, I'll try my best to summarize what little I know. So many moons ago, in the game Legacy of Kain, I'm sorry, in the game Blood Omen, which is the first in the series. So I don't know if Kain was like born a vampire. I guess he was. Yeah, he was probably born a vampire. And there are these columns that you hear about a lot in the series that kind of like form the basis of the entire planet. Like, if the columns are in good shape, then the planet is in good shape, nature is thriving, everything's hunky-dory, we're all good to go, everything's great. However, there are things that can corrupt the columns. So the columns are like the bellwether of the environment, of nature. Kain was made into a vampire. Okay. All right. So maybe I should answer and say, I kind of don't know then. I kind of don't know. I can tell you that in this game, at least, well, I can tell you what I know about the first game. So Raziel, this protagonist here, he used to be a vampire. He used to be a vampire. Actually, he used to be a Seraphon soldier, a Seraphon priest, I guess, specifically. And the Seraphon were vampire hunters. Very pious vampire hunters. And very presumed to be noble and presumed to really know their shit. But he got killed in combat and was laid to rest along with his brothers. I don't know if they were literally his brothers, but his fellow Seraphon compatriots. And I'm pretty sure he was killed by Kain's force. I don't know if Kain himself killed him, but Kain's vampire ilk killed a bunch of Seraphon lads, and they were all buried in this particular burial chamber. Kain saw that as an opportunity and said, you know what, I'm gonna raid their tomb. He's a real tomb raider. He's got the boobs for it. He's a real tomb raider. And he resurrected all of his brothers and turned them into vampires, so they could fight by his side, and they have no memory of their past lives. And Raziel, this guy right here, was one of Kain's servants after he was raised to be a vampire and served under him for something like 1,000 years. And as we understand it, during the events of Legacy of Kain Ascendance, Raziel manages to get wings. He manages to get wings, and I think it's understood that, I guess like not all vampires can get wings. That's like a very unique thing. And I think Kain, I don't know if Kain like knew that was the thing that he could ultimately get. If that's like a thing he can get eventually, if he gets powerful enough, if he gets strong enough, or what the deal is. But when he saw that through means he was not able to understand, when he saw that that Raziel sprouted wings, he got jealous, ripped them off his body, cast him into the abyss, and killed him. And 1,000 years later, Kain gets resurrected, or maybe centuries later, I'm not sure. Kain gets resurrected, or not Kain. Raziel gets resurrected as a, as in this form, as a Soul Reaver. And he was, I just did a big circle. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I just did a big circle. I thought I was heading back towards the base. Maybe it's this way then? Maybe it's this way to the keep. Here we go. This has got to be it. Did one big circle. Like a doofus. Can't attack you from here. Also can't jump down. Yep. Can't jump down. There we go. Now I'm down. So anyway, Raziel gets resurrected, and he gets resurrected by a mysterious benefactor. It's some kind of ancient deity, some kind of ancient spirit. It's almost like Cthulhu, kind of, sort of. Some Cthulhu-esque creature that is ageless and has been around since the dawn of time, and is kind of the one responsible for determining who gets like reincarnated. He controls what's called the Wheel of Time. Who gets reincarnated? Who and under what conditions do they get reincarnated? That whole deal. It's all very mysterious. Can I do anything with this? No, I cannot. And he tells him all about, like, hey man, Kain is the one who killed you. Kain fucked you over. You served him dutifully, and he thanked you by getting jealous and killing you. What a fucker. You should kill him. And also, he's a vampire. And he's a vampire, so, you know, vampires are kind of fucked up anyway, so go get him, Tiger. And the events of Soul Reaver 1, you're out for revenge against Kain, and along the way, you discover that your past is that you used to be a Seraphon. Kain turned you in from a noble human that is dead into a vampire monster. Gets real sad about it and just says, you know what, that's fucked up. And I'm gonna have like an even bigger extra grind, even better reason to seek revenge against this fucker. And we almost kill him in the events of Soul Reaver 1, but Kain managed to escape, and he goes through time to escape us. So we follow him through time. We end up talking with a guy named Mobius, who had a lot of hand in Blood Omen and some hand in the first Soul Reaver game. But definitely in the events of Blood Omen, he was very involved. And he basically is saying, like, hey man, yeah, I know I can lead you to Kain. I can tell you how to find him, but we're not sure if we can fully trust him. Because he has been a deceiver in the past to Kain and to others. And we finally caught up with Kain earlier in this stream, actually. We caught up with Kain, and he told us, he's like, well, listen, I understand why you want revenge against me, but there's other things going on here. There's other secrets about you and your past that you've yet to uncover. And if you kill me right now, then you're not going to learn more about your past. So Kain slips away, and we're starting to figure out more about who we are and why. Was this nothing? I was gonna say there's something up here, right? Like why we spread our wings originally, like just kind of what the significance of all this is. Yeah, the columns are super important. The columns are super important, no question. Wasn't it that the columns got corrupted because like one of the main guardians of the columns got killed, that Ariel lady? When she got killed, I think that was like what set forth the beginning of the columns getting corrupted. Or, well, I guess the columns started getting corrupted in Blood Omen. I think the answer is, I think I need to play Blood Omen to really get a better handle on the story, because I think the answer is, I don't really know. I know this game's events, I know the first game's events, but the overall lore I'm pretty floppy on. The story will eventually wrap it up by the end. That does make sense. That does make sense.
Ah, my wayward child returns.
We're back.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections.
This is the guy that resurrected us at the beginning of the first game.
You must tread carefully.
Turned us into a Reaver.
There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I guess Wraith is a better term. Soul Reaver's the sword.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel.
Yep, that's when he resurrected us.
And the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
Right, because the demon god down there implored us to kill Kain, and that's our only real objective. Because to him, he wants Kain and the vampires eradicated. We don't necessarily, but Raziel doesn't want to kill him specifically because Cthulhu tentacle fella wants him dead. He wants to kill him for his own reasons, and the fact that he's kind of held off so he can discover more about his own past is bringing out some added power, sure, but it's also bringing out arrogance in Raziel. You know, this creature controls the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time is the thing we hear about frequently in this game. What it all means is yet to be revealed. Vampires bad, generally. I mean, when the vampires ascended, so in the timeline that we see in Soul Reaver 1, where Kain refused to sacrifice himself to save the columns, he killed all the sources of the corruption that were corrupting the columns, which, again, is like the lifeblood of like the world, basically. He realized that the last thing that was feeding that corruption was himself. He was like destined to be one of the guardians of the columns, but he himself got corrupted when he got turned into a vampire. And at the time, he was the last vampire, and if he would have sacrificed himself, it would have meant that his clan, his vampire ilk, would have gone extinct. Which, you know, nothing if I would have been lost for the humans, but for the vampires, that would have been big sad. So he said, well, it's either sacrifice myself and vampires go extinct, or sacrifice myself, vampires go extinct, and the world is saved, or I stick around, vampires thrive, and the world falls into inevitable corruption. And he chose the latter. And in that timeline, the pillars have like crumbled to dust, like it's hardly standing at all. And there are some humans, but they're limited to like one small little stronghold. Vampires roam free, and they're enormous monstrosities. In this game, we actually haven't even seen any living vampires. There are vampires for sure. We've seen their corpses, but most of them they're all dead, and they're all like they look like humans. They look like just like regular humans, maybe with like slightly altered features, like pointy ears, and like they got the big teethers, obviously. But they don't look like the giant muscular bastards you see in Soul Reaver 1. So right now, humans are on the ascension, and humans are successfully hunting and eradicating the vampires. So I guess the idea is when the pillars got corrupted, it kind of caused a shift, a turn of the tide. Yeah. Farsight points out there's other aspects too, and there's probably some things I've gotten wrong, or things that I've assumed that are incorrect. So yeah, Frax and Farsight pointing out, yeah, there's more to it. More will be revealed for sure. Yeah, I would presume throughout this game's story in particular. Game story will have that as a greater focus. So we got to get back to the keep. We're headed. Whoop. Get knocked upwards, idiot. Ow. Oh god, door. You have to get your head just a little bit. Just a little bit of head decapitation. As a treat. Bonk. I was gonna say, I wonder if, like, can I do a fully charged shot? Bam. I mean, there's blood, so it presumably hurts them. But, okay, there we go. Blip. Whoa, I'm dead. And look at that, because the Soul Reaver didn't kill directly, we actually were able to extract their soul and consume it for ourselves. Like, I can't move. There we go. Whereas, yeah, now it's extracting, though, yeah. And it seems like it does a lot of damage. I don't know if it does more damage than it did earlier, because of the darkness imbuement. More basins that we cannot interact with because we don't have the element for them just yet. Yeah, so yeah, some was like kind of close. Some, yeah, which is fair. I appreciate the confirmation on, like, yeah, some of the things at least. Can I knock him off the edge? I wanted to like kick him down. Was Blood Omen a PC game? I think it was PC primarily. It might have been ported to other places, but definitely PC. Yeah, I want to say it was more of a CRPG. Had kind of like a 2D Zelda presentation, and yeah, I think it was more of an RPG than a I mean, certainly not a 3D adventure game like this. So more of an RPG, kind of like a CRPG adventure game, kind of sorta. That's my understanding. Ow. And this weapon you're using is the titular Soul Reaver. So Soul Reaver is not the name of the protagonist, or is not the role of our protagonist necessarily. Soul Reaver is the name of the sword, and this is the sword originally that Kain was using. However, Kain had the physical manifestation of the sword. It was a sword, it was a metal sword with kind of a curved blade, looking like a serpent, very badass looking. And when we confronted Kain in Soul Reaver 1, he overpowered us and was about to kill us with his Soul Reaver weapon, but when he struck it against us, it shattered, and the ethereal form of the sword molded with us, like it bonded to us, which presumably implies that there's something special about us that would make the Soul Reaver bind to us exclusively. And if I had to guess, it's probably related to the fact that we have something in common with Janos Audrin, which was, I think he's considered a vampire. We know he had the Heart of Darkness inside of him, which was a powerful relic that could be used to reduce or reverse the vampirism effect on others. Turn them back into mortals. Oop. And do one hit, and then do regular stuff now. Ow. So I can get some health back. So if I had to guess, there's probably something in common we have with Janos Audrin, whether or not he was maybe not just a vampire, maybe there's something special about him that is similar to us. Maybe he was a wraith like we are. We did see in those murals, the way those murals were depicted, they showed blue figures with wings like we used to have, but like they were fully formed. They weren't skeletal ghouls like we are. So there's something in particular about our guy that truly is unique. Not a regular vampire, not an undead, mindless ghoul, obviously. Something about our guy that is special. That, thank you. Bonk. Oh, I wish the uppercut attack knocked them upwards. Nope. Will do. Nope. Anyone else hearing these weird noises, by the way? Do it again? Nope. What the fuck was that? You ever just throw a sword or throw a pole arm and it just screams at you the whole time? The fuck was that, bro? Yeah, like an old school Zelda game. I'm assuming there were some RPG aspects of it. I don't know if there was like equipment, like in like Dungeons and Dragons, like that kind of thing. I don't know if it was like that necessarily. But if you like, yeah, you learn new abilities, that kind of thing. I guess kind of like this, or kind of like, yeah, old school Zelda. Maybe old school Zelda is a more appropriate comparison. Well, I gotta finish off your friend. Not you. Oh, okay, that works too. She'll just fall over. The juice. Ow, I want the juice. Damn it. Hup. Lady, you're being mean. You're being cringe. Hup. Keep knocking you away so I can get the juice. Me. Yeah, just standing at attention. Bonk. I'll throw all the swords at him. Bonk. Kidding. And with one of these. Jumping into the shot? What's that gonna do for you, bro? How's that working for you, homie? Not so well, I bet. Get back to this place. We can't do anything with this pedestal, I don't think. I should save, though. We're cooking something, man. I don't know either. I don't know what I'm cooking either. A lot of it is conjecture. Conning on my jet until I'm sure. Sounds good, Dale. Thanks for popping in, man. See you around. See you around town. There's some dudes over yonder. Anything new over on that side? I could maybe poke around a little bit on that side, see if there's anything new. know I've mentioned it a number of times. I keep harping on it, but I do not love the swimming controls. That's right, I'm coming. Never mind, I thought there was something cool. Whip. Thought there maybe be something over here, because I don't think there was a human over here last time we were here. I love how the camera gets like really close when you first start to dip down. I think we have to approach from underwater. There it is, there it is. Hello? I don't know where I am. I've entered a black hole. To say, yeah, I'm trying to... Oh, unless it's closed? No, it should be open. Here we go. So I'm pretty sure this is what we're looking for. Oh, no, I'm a dumbass. I apparently did go through it, but it was so dark, I legit couldn't tell if I'd gone through it, if it was just a wall. That's right the first time. The Belgasso? Alright, so Legacy of Kain 2 Soul Reaver is one thing, but Alex, have you considered Legacy of Brain Blowjobber 2? Well, you got me on that one, Ogasso. You got me on that one. You know, I thought it was just a normal video game, but I haven't really considered, you know, I wasn't looking that closely. And what I thought was a cool sword and vampires and sucking blood was actually a big dildo and sucking dick. Turns out I had the whole thing completely misunderstood. Oh, you got my ass on that one, bud. Good to see you, by the way, dude. We're playing more Soul Reaver 2. We're playing more Soul Reaver 2. Actually, what's unique is that I think officially this game doesn't even have the Legacy of Kain moniker in like the title of the game. Because I looked up something the other day about the series, and I noticed that so the first one is called Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. That's the end of the word. And this game is just called Soul Reaver 2. Just Soul Reaver 2, no Legacy of Kain moniker. It's obviously part of the series, obviously. If it's a direct sequel to Soul Reaver 1, I guess they just decided to simplify it. Metaphor for glizzy gulpin'. Glizzy guzzlin'. I believe it. Do the original graphics for a bit, just because I still do the little mix-up. Little switcherino. We'll have to wrap it up in a little bit here. It's getting fairly late. Guy ducking and dodge and think he's so cool. Rip it in half. There we go. I'm at full health. I can use the Soul Reaver with more confidence. Oop. That's good because there's a lot of damage. That's a good point. It says Legacy of Kain series, so it's not like removed from the game. Obviously, it's just not officially. It's like part of the title in some ways at least. But you're right. It does still say Legacy of Kain series. It's not ashamed of its origin story. It's not ashamed of its background. Remember your past. Speaking of remembering your past, might be about what's about to happen here.
These murals left no room for doubt. These winged creatures were indeed the architects of the pillars. And while the images were difficult to decipher, the pillars appeared to banish or diminish their enemies somehow.
Dark Reaver, all right. Make a cool little bridge, a cute little bridge. Very nice, very nice. I'm curious. I see a cool new weapon to play with. So we'll grab one of these things. Cool, golden, shiny. Okay, I recognize that sound effect. That sound effect is absolutely from Eternal Darkness. Definitely borrowed from the same sound effect library. So it sounds like it's yawning or wondering. Bro, if you're gonna be weird, I can smack you from here. Get fucking smacked, idiot. Bonk. I'll attack you. It'd be cool if I could execute them from through the wall. I don't have to go into Spirit Realm to get through here, I'm pretty sure. Let's do it. Zoop. In we go. I kill a bunch of little fellers. Actually, I only need to eat one, but in order to be allowed to consume. Otherwise, these guys are so much more aggressive than they were in for the first game. First game, they were little baby boys. Now they're big, scary boys. Oh, he came back. If I stand still for a moment, they will jump out of me. All right, try again. Suck the entire room. Originally, Soul Reaver 1 was going to have nothing to do with Blood Omen, so I guess the idea was they were going to make a cool adventure platformer, but originally they didn't want to have any sort of connection to Kain, I guess. I'm glad they did. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. What's up, Grim? Good to see you, bud. The incense, he says. But it's just a little bit of crystal meth, he says. Don't worry about it. Just a little crystal meth as a treat. As a treat. No, I want the weapon. No, weapon. There we go. Works. A pretty unceremonious execution. Ah. Oh, I can't block that one, right? Yep, chop in half. Suck, or I'll give you the suck, rather. As long as someone's sucking on something, that's all I care about. Is this one of these gemstone things we've been hearing about? Oh, no, it's just a door. Okay. You know, the gemstones are significant on those doors we were seeing earlier. Or at the start of the game. Here we go. Or these guys, just like the one we saw in that previous dungeon. Reminds me a lot of that Temple of the Sun that we saw in Eternal Darkness. Whatever it was called, it was not a Temple of the Sun. It was a temple to oh, that fourth god started with an M. I can't remember his name. But yeah, it was not a temple to the sun. It was a temple to that guy. But it was like it had a similar kind of vibe. The level you see frequently in Eternal Darkness, because several chapters take place there. What do we have here? Probably have to like redirect some sun shafts to some places. Gotta shaft some things. Probably do that one. It's oozing out to the dark energy, the dank energy. Unchanged over there. Got to be fully charged to be able to affect the certain things at least. Try that door. There's two doors. In spirit form to go through here. Crack this one open real quick. Stick it right in. It's nice and juicy, so let's stick it in. Oh. The hole rejected us. I mean, it seems like it wants the purple energy. Presumably that means it matches what I'm selling. Maybe not. Maybe there's another element that it needs. I guess this one's kind of similar. It's seen purple. Maybe these doors are special. Go ahead, lean it up against the wall. Can't do it. Yep. All right. Well, in that case, Spirit Realm is the way to go. Really cool. I like how that blue lighting looks in the spirit form. It's pretty cool. Since when did Twitch add the vertical thing? So it's still in beta, I think. It's not available to everybody. It is available for me, though. It's available on my channel. I requested beta access months ago. And I kind of forgot about it, honestly, because because I've had the setup ready for it for a long time. Because I multi-stream already to YouTube and to TikTok and a bunch of other places that have, maybe not a bunch, but a couple places that have the vertical like multi-stream option as a supported feature. So I've had it ready to go for a while, but up until recently, Twitch just hasn't enabled it, or hasn't. I've been unable to utilize it on Twitch because I wasn't part of the beta for it. But I'm in the beta now. And to be honest, I kind of like it. I don't actually like watching on vertical too often myself, but I like the option for it. For instance, I don't think I like it. The nice thing is if you're on, I guess, well, I don't know exactly if it's the same for iOS, but on Android and presumably for iOS, if you tap on the screen just once, I think in the top left corner it should say like an option that says like classic view or landscape view. So you should be able to toggle back and forth between classic and vertical with a button on the screen. I have to tap it once or twice for it to get it to show up. The fact that you can toggle back and forth is what I've always wanted. Because I think there are certain games where vertical makes perfect sense. I think a lot of first-person shooters, that looks great because the view is centered on the middle of the screen anyway, so you don't really miss anything, like in the margins. I mean, you miss ammo count, maybe health, other parts of the UI, but the majority of the action is focused there, which is kind of cool. But for games like, like strategy games, tactics games, there's a lot of stuff in the margins that you might be missing, so that part can be a little bit sedge. For a game like this, it's not terrible. It's not, I don't think it's not terrible, but it's probably not what I would prefer. I would prefer the landscape view. But it's good. Oh, nice view of that guy's ass. Yep, good ass view, very good. The juice. Starmie. Oh, it blasted his ass. Nice. So, yeah, I like the fact that it supports both. Whoa! Oh, okay, I got too close. It'll blast your ass. I just give him the suck real quick. Just a quick suck. The eye is watching. And will it only blast if you get too close? Presumably. Presumably if I get too close, that's when it'll blast our asses. Oh, why'd I do that? God damn it. Oh, what? I lost health? I thought if you went to the Spirit Realm willingly, you kept your health. That's bizarre. I really don't like fighting these guys in the Spirit Realm. It's annoying. The regular combat I do like, or at least I like more. I just like less. Nothing I can do with this in the Spirit Realm. Perhaps not. Not. Keep respawning. Need some kind of way to blind that fella. Lest he continue to become a problem for us, a nuisance. Right, so that was in the Soul Reaver 1, not a feature in this game. If you go into the Spirit Realm willingly, you still lose some health. Regain that shit back before you can flip on back to it. And them's are the good old days, man. This guy's running away. Why are you running? Why are you running? Falling over. Do the suck. I'll do that. Thank you. Nice little duck. Nice camera. Yep. Nice. It one-shot his ass. Good shit. Got some other areas to explore. Thing's fucking on full power on that guy. And I like it when the Soul Reaver's all charged up, but I know it's dangerous. After a certain point, it will turn against me. Cannot be trusted. Got an achievement for feeding the Reaver 30 times. Don't feed the Reaver after midnight. Well, I rotate. I cannot rotate, but what I can do is slide this fella. There we go. Now, there's nothing there to catch it. Presumably. I'm assuming we need to put something there. Looks like there's a pedestal to hold something there. God, that's intense. Jesus, that fucking light! Turn off that light! This seems really cool. Oh, okay, I thought the whole thing was part of it. Can I open this door? Nope. Can't do it. If I try this thing, will this do a little something for us? Hoist it back this way. Door open. Good. Got the spotlight. Shining very brightly. Future's so bright. Be a shield fella. Ooh, it's not just any shield, it's the shiny shield. That's the good shit. Ow. Whoop. Get bonked. Oh, they finish your homie. I wonder if they take chip damage like I do. Like you don't get a full block. Like you get some of a block. Ow. Get blasted, idiot. Yeah, so now I'm gonna use this as a serving plate. And of course, that is the end of the line here, I do believe. The murals in the background there. Razio, what did you bring to the party? Oh, I bought this this serving dish. We can serve the serve appetizers on this thing. Thanks, Razio. It's very generous, very kind, very considerate. Serve our refreshments on this thing. The question is, how do I down to the? Because if I drop on down... Dropping down, I can get back up, no problem. This is not a climbable wall. Even if it was, I couldn't climb with my hands full. Unless I can... Oh my god, sliding block? Sliding block, maybe? Oh, no sliding block, bro. I'm so sad I missed the sliding block puzzles. Not really, I actually don't, but goddamn. Whoa. Uh-oh. Did it despawn? Huh. I said it right here. Did it fall down? Bad camera. It's also very dark. I don't know about you guys, but I can like at times I can barely see. I can barely see what's a wall, what's a floor. That's very dark in here. Guess it despawned. Hopefully back to where we first found it. If it's gone, then we got problems. It's letting me can't set it down. If that's the game's way of saying you're not allowed to set it down. There's a pedestal right there. Yeah, maybe that's the game's way of saying if you set it down, no bueno, can't do it. Hang on to that shit for forevers. There it is floating there, yep. So weird. So don't set her down. Don't do it. Wonder if there'll be multiple of these guys, because we definitely need to set something over on that other side. Back that a ways. What I can do is put this thing... Where was it? We saw something in the distance. Prop this guy right here. There we go. Of course, we've been down that way. Seen some stuff. I'm gonna grab a sword because I've taken some dammy dams. Now... I think he went away and then respawned. Nice. Ow. Get the health? I think I did. Then immediately lost some because these guys are mean. And they bleed motor oil. Their blood is all gross and grody. Because they're Zambonis. They don't got the real juice. The fake juice. Light is shining through this way. Try to shine that way, but that goes nowhere. If I shine to that door, that'll crack that open. Same kind of thing here. I can't make it across there. I wonder if we have to create like a shadow bridge like we did earlier. Seems like a place where I would fight some dudes. Look at that. 2 quick ones. Stop ducking, bro. There we go. It's 1 hit. 3 quick ones. Look at that. This thing is getting very juiced. They had regular swords too. Now, I'm gonna have to limit how much I use this thing. Ow. At least to kill these guys. But yeah, any more than that. Yep, now we're in the danger zone. Ow. Get bonked, idiot. Whoop. Keep kicking him. Kick. Kick. Whoop. I love the kicks on Route 66. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Bonk. I mean, I know it's not a good idea to just, like, fight one and then fight the next one. Oh, there we go. There's a kill. I should, like, focus one after the other. Good heals. Guess it's Spirit Realm, then. Oh, wait. Hold on. Maybe not. Can I summon this myself? Nope. Can't do it. Spirit Realm it is, then. Zip. Alright. I'm kind of shiny there. Probably have to be physical to interact with it. There was a conduit. Then I could do it. Big guy. He's doing a suck. No, but I'm jealous that he's sucking and I'm not. My god. Like, I'm trying to kill the big guy and this little fucker won't leave me alone so I can focus on blasting his homie. So rude. There we go. We are full health. Going uppies. Conduit that I see? No. Can probably make that jump. Hearing other monster noises. Let's just assume I'm supposed to make this jump. And we grab the ledge, good. Guess we'll have to come back, though, to be able to interact with the stuff in that room. A conduit makes me a sad boy. All spectral realm and no physical conduit makes Raziel a sad ghost. A dull ghost. There we go. Our choice of weapons. I use this, it creates a bridge across. I assume? What did it do? I assume that would have made a bridge across to that guy, but maybe not. Let's go back for a moment. I want to explore a little bit the areas we just walked past. So it's all a boot. We gotta fight some motherfuckers in this hallway. Oh yeah. And we probably don't have to. I probably could just walk past them. Ow. These are to kill the harder guys. Bam! I love that it one-shots. That's so satisfying. Alright, that's enough of that, because we are getting, once again, into danger zone. Woo! Oh, shit. Earlier, we couldn't interrupt that attack, but we can interrupt it now, though. Let's run away. Let's run, bitch. Oh. I'll have the lock on, but our guy will randomly be like, I'm just gonna attack over here sometimes. That sounds fun. Okay, so... I land on those guys. Oh, I maybe should have just done the regular running jump, but we still got it. Is there any benefit to being up here? Probably not, other than to just reach that spot over there. Can I use it to jump over? That'd actually be very cool if I could. You could! Oh no, but oh no! I'm glad we confirmed that we could, but that kind of fucked me, because my whole reason is I wanted to come back to this thing and interact with this deal. This, fellow right here, so goddammit, my curiosity get the better of me. Good to know that it does work that way. I hope this is not just one big waste of time. Speaking of time, it's getting very late. I need to wrap it up soon. I was hoping I'd find a save point. Seems like the save points are not always that generously placed in this game. There really... I think there was... Oh my god, I was trying to turn around. I think there was maybe the one inside that dungeon. We were in just now. Actually, no, I don't think... There was none inside the dungeon. Now I remember. Yeah, there was none inside the dungeon. And there wasn't even really one outside of it conveniently located either. Gotta run all the way back. Like a chump. You had to exit the dungeon and walk a decent ways before you found any of the save points from before. I guess it's possible I might have missed one. Certainly a possibility. It seems like they're not overly generous with the save points, which is really a shame because the convenience of being able to pause and save anytime you wanted was really, really nice. I absolutely missed it. No idea what this does. Activate it once. I'm gonna guess that's not like a toggle thing. Well, in case it is, I'll use it one more time. Let's get back this way then, because I'm suspecting. Grab that. Grab it. Grab it. There we go. Nope, no, we don't want to go. What the heck? There we go. There we go. Hey, welcome back, Frex. So I think I know what we need to do. A lot of walking back and forth. I think I know what we're aiming for right now. There's a glowy spot on the ground down here that we had to walk past in the spectral form. Couldn't interact with it, obviously, so I'm running by these guys. Take a look-see at this little fella. This little glowy guy, not there. Although, can I open this thing up? It's got the purple. I can't do it. It's like a same polarity magnet situation. kind of push us away. So even though it's got that purple, it seems like it should be good. It doesn't want it. This thing. What is this thing? A bunch of dudes. That's what it is. They're being mean, and they're body blocking me, and they're being mean. Ow. Kill him to death. This. Oh, yep. Good camera. Yep. Let's do a quick suck. They despawn. No wonder. Kill him to death. I'll hit you with one of these. I'm gonna miss. Very good. Then give me the health. Boop. Cool. Anyway, so what's all this then? Oh, it's a block. Oh, that was unexpected. Anything else? So I guess that's to help us climb up there. It was all glowy. I thought maybe there's more to it. Go left, can't go right, can't go more out that way. Can't push it. No? Okay. Could push it back in if I wanted to. Oh, I cannot once it's pulled out. No push-ins. Huh. Well, I mean, I guess that's a convenient shortcut. The fact that it was glowing makes me think it might have some importance, but I don't know what that importance could be. Guess let's go back then. Do that other large room kind of has for us. Very bizarre. I'm not sure what the point of that was. The game even had like a cutscene that showed that block to us very deliberately. Very deliberate, saying this is important. So I go back to it and it's just a push block to lead me back up for as a convenient platforming spot. Seems unusual. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is for. I walk across this side. No, I cannot. We're back here. And I think this is how we first got here, right? Yes. I might need to leave and save and then come back and attempt this at a later date because it is getting quite late. I was hoping we'd kind of get somewhere with this. Have I gone down this long-ass hallway? Run past the guys. Oh, is there a save point? That'd be so... Oh, no, that is not. That's this fella, right. Now, we had to go down this way to get the physical... What's it for? Yeah, the physical conduit. Bring us back to the physical realm, but that thing will blast our asses if we so much as get even a teensy bit close. Whatever's powering that thing, we need to find some way to disable it. So that way we can get close to whatever that item is, whether it's a switch or a relic or something. That's important in this thing. Shame the bad guys keep respawning, but so it goes. When I activated was that one. Presumably we have to activate that one too then in some way. Some way, shape, maybe even form. Am I just a doofus? Can I just make that jump? Oh my god, I can just make the jump. Barely, but I can make it. To be honest, I just assumed I couldn't make it. Oh, me of little faith. I know where this is going, but I'm still gonna try it. Nope. So the arm wiggle? Not happening. Whatever's going on with those things, with them doors, that ain't the answer. Let's try that other avenue then. We need some kind of shiny. I mean, I guess I could. I need to be able to make that jump is the problem. That's a very long jump. I can't use my wings when I'm holding that thing. And that's a dead end. Right. Right. I knew that. I knew that. So it was... Oh, Let's see, what was it? Did this one here? Was this one here? So I went this direction, followed that thread, but if I follow this direction, yeah, I just rotate. Not sure if that really matters right now, but it might in a meowment here. Any dice? Dice. Same mic and everything. Yeah, like, wonder what we're missing to be able to use that thing there. It's not like I can just move it. No, it's not that simple. Still gonna try it. I know better. Yeah, no, so none of the doors work. Or none of the doors respond to me, at least. There's something I'm lacking. What it is? I wonder, like, what I'm missing. Oh, maybe this direction? Got the actual sword icon there. Yeah, damn. Is it because I'm not at full health, maybe? Like, it's making me start to wonder if I should be able to use these. Something wrong here. This is one of those basin things over here. Maybe there's like an interaction that I need to attempt. But so far we haven't been allowed to use those things anywhere in this entire dungeon. Maybe I've lost some health. Yeah, maybe you have to be full health or something. The dude that presumably wanted to fight me. Here we go. Ah. Kind of lame if that was the answer. If it's like, oh, sorry, you gotta be full health. It's like, seems a little bit arbitrary. It'd be one thing if we were low health. I mean, we were not full, just, you know, moments earlier we were trying that thing, but we weren't low health either. Especially because you lose health over time, so it's like, well, not exactly a choice. Yep. Go back. See if there was like a convenient door I could try it on. That'll do. Any dice? So it's not full health. Oh shit, no, I want to pick the weapon up again. It's not the range thing, right? That's not it either. No, I want to pick up the weapon, god damn it. Put this one away first. There we go. I just can't figure out why it won't work. Maybe I need to do some kind of interaction with that one basin. I don't know where that one is. I thought there was one kind of nearby, but maybe it's this way. Slowly schlep all the way down this hallway. If I can't figure this out, we will have to call for the night, unfortunately. Always kind of a bummer to give on a unknown note. Yeah, that one right there. It'd be so nice to be able to open this fucking door. Save me having to go all the way down that other hallway just to manifest physically again. This is tough. This is very mysterious. Yeah, I was like, maybe do I need to like have some kind of interaction here to like charge up the sword in some way? Like, has it lost its juice? Does it need the juice? Go all the way down this way. This one shitty ass little conduit fella. Back to the physical realm. Have the full health yet. It's a bummer because I think we like get health back over time, but it's pretty slow. And I can't just kill one. I have to kill all 4 of these guys. I've struggled to just kill one though. If I run away right now and trying to eat the one I just killed, well, I'll get fucking slaughtered by these guys because they're very aggressive. I can get away with this one though. Just one. All right, good. We're good. Yeah, I find the combat in the spirit realm to be kind of a chore, honestly. That one's still active. So go all the way back, just so I can have an interaction with the... We'll see if there is an interaction with the conduit. Or with, not with the conduit, with the basin. Missing. I think I'm missing for sure. What is the deal? Oh! A dude popped out. Well? I don't know if anything different happened. Oh, there's a thing in the bottom. Was that thing in the bottom left always there? Oh, interesting. Work now? Now it works. Okay. So the answer is yes. So when it's purple, so that's what I guess what confused me is that it was always purple. The blade was always purple. But I guess, like, under certain circumstances, you lose the juice. It loses, like, its official staining, its official, like, category as being a, as being, like, a shadow-flavored Soul Reaver. Huh. To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I don't know if that bottom left icon was there the whole time. And maybe it wasn't. So the fact that it's purple, it's like, I assumed it'd be good enough. I get the health back. Yep, good enough. The health. Kind of arbitrary, though. The idea that, like, oh, well, you have to... One thing if it's already got that right color, but there's, like, a more official... Oh, my God. More official staining that we were lacking. Yeah, so will this work now? Like, will it work better now? There, now we get the bridge. Okay. And I guess the other question, too, that this begs is, do we lose it forever? Or do we lose it after a certain point in time, or if we, like, do a certain number of activations? Do we lose the staining? It never... I guess the idea is it never loses the color, but you have to pay attention to the thing in the bottom left. That's, like, the ultimate decider. It's familiar sight. Oh my God. Fuck me up. Oh, alright. Now I can't take this one this direction. Ooh, it's all wobbly. Yeah, see that? Yeah, I don't really have a place where I can bring this, unfortunately. I guess I can Spirit Realm, and hopefully I can find a way to open this. Oh my God, really? There we go. Squeeze on through. Oh, there was a soul, fella. Darn it. Darn the luck. Oh, there's one. Oh, those guys will eat him. They'll yum eat him up. Oh. All right. Oh, I was like, can I take it with me? I cannot. Huh. Interesting. Could you poop out another soul fellow really quick for me? Just really quick. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, game. Here's my plight. Sorrowful plight. Okay, so in the bottom left, it's gone now. But it's still purple. Yeah, so okay, all right. So the lesson learned here is don't trust the purple of the blade. That's not enough. It's not enough. Right there, how do I reach you? I guess I have to go all the way around. I guess I have to go all the way around to pick the thing up and take it with me. That's the lesson, I think. Lesson learned. Alright, well, I think we've learned enough to be dangerous. And there's not more of these shadow basins nearby. But we'll have to pick this up next time just because it's getting quite late. And unfortunately, this game is being very stingy with its save points. So I can't just save here. And I can't just use a save point that's here. I have to take my business elsewhere. By elsewhere, I mean go back to the very beginning. Or like back... Well, actually, yeah, I think back to the very beginning, actually. To save my game. Oh, right, physical. Uh-oh. Oh, no, don't tell me I can't leave. Oh, no. Tell me there's a physical thing in here somewhere, right? Uh-oh. Am I not allowed to leave? You have to do this dungeon in one sitting? Oh, no. We're gonna lose all this progress. That sucks. Oh, man, that's heart-wrenching. Well... Here, what if I do this? I can't leave in the spectral form. I have to leave in the physical form. What's up, Will? I feel like I'm being bamboozled by the game right now. Can I open this door? No, that wouldn't work. Okay, I've got an idea. I've got an idea that might work, but it's gonna take like 10 to 15 more minutes of doing stuff. My noble goal of getting to bed at a reasonable hour is dwindling mostly rapidly. Man, this game does not... This game is not generous with its save points, nor is it generous with its physical conduits. I just need to be a regular dude. A regular old dude. Yeah, that's... I'm over here like, man, that sucks that it's being so restrictive about, like, being allowed to leave. And I don't even want to leave because I'm giving up. I want to leave so I can save the game. Maybe this way? Man, to be honest, I can't remember if this is a dead end or not. I guess we'll just try it. I'm feeling myself getting annoyed. I think this is a fucking dead end, isn't it? I think it is. Shit. I can feel myself getting annoyed with the obstructiveness of this. Why go to sleep? You're just gonna wake up anyway, man? Dude, that's how I feel, man. That's how it feels. What's the point, man? What's the point, man? Eat food just to shit it out again, man? Life's a fucking joke, bro. I'm gonna be flummoxed if there's, like, literally 2 conduits in this entire fucking dungeon. A lot of places to go. But none of them are gonna work. Yeah, I think we have to go all the way down this way. That sucks. Ugh. A little bit of more save points and more opportunities to refresh yourself in a game like this goes a long way. This game is an upgrade in a lot of ways compared to Soul Reaver 1, but man, do I miss the freedom of saving anywhere, anytime, anywhere you wanted. In the first game, that was a don't know what you got till it's gone kind of situation. So what I'm thinking I gotta go to that one basin. What if the objective isn't eating, but shitting? But the objective is to shit, therefore I eat. Which came first? The shit chicken or the piss egg? Or the eat egg? Same thing. Get to that one basin. Which side was it? Was it this side? Some of this dungeon is kind of blurring together for me a little bit. The two mirrored sides that have very different delineations. The nice thing is that one door is open now, so it's easier. This is a fucking dead end. God damn it! It's easier to get to the one basin that we know about. Not that one. Is it this one? I don't think it was this one. Clearly not, because that door is closed. Oh, wait, why is that door closed? Huh. It wasn't closed earlier. Maybe it toggles in that one area we were in upstairs? That's bizarre. Okay, so it's not that side. I guess it's gotta be this side then. Paths are very large. They're very long. They're very long on the tooth, that's for sure. Oh shit, maybe this is not a dead end then. Like when I like kind of zoom in, I see a wall there. Does it veer off to the left maybe? Okay, here we go. So that's the one I'm looking for. Do I have to fight a guy for this one? Oh, right. There we go. Stains it. It still blows my mind. It still seems like it was purple before. Think about this. We're looking for... We need to open up those little side doors. That's what I'm ultimately going for. And I don't know if you can open them from that side. Well, no, it's not even a question of opening them from a certain side. We just can't reach them at all because the exit's fucking closed. And I don't even think the exit needs the shadow blade. I need to reach those things. Ah, oh, that sucks. You'd fucking hit me with a projectile. I've been trying to avoid killing unnecessary enemies just because it wastes time, but now it's wasting more time. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can reach them elsewhere. Those little side doors. Oh, you know what? I think there's one over this way. And, you know, while I'm here... to be able to use this. Let's just remove it. That's cool. Oh, Rish, that's so nice. Thank you, Rish, for that raid. That's super generous of you. We're kind of banging our heads up against Soul Reaver 2. The game is very good. It's in every way, it is an improvement from Soul Reaver 1. And however, it's getting quite late. You know it's late when Rish rates you. Holy moly. Thank you, Rish. That's so generous of you, my friend. Rish is a cool streamer, homie. She plays a lot of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer. Awesome, awesome stream. One of my favorite late night channels to watch. I mean, just one of my favorite channels in general, but she usually streams late. Therefore, one of my favorite late night channels. If you streamed in other time frames, you'd be one of my favorite other insert time frame here channels. But anyway, thank you, Rish. That's super nice of you, my friend. Now, I was saying how, like, this game is great, and it's an improvement from Soul Reaver 1 in a lot of ways. But in Soul Reaver 1, you could just hit escape anytime you want and save the game. Can't do that here. Not that simple. You have to seek out the save points, and the save points are not overly numerous. So, I'm learning my lessons here. I think for this one, yeah, some kind of sunlight key is necessary here. We're all naked. Our guy do be naked. Our guy do be naked. This is the remastered version of Soul Reaver 2, by the way, and in the remastered version, you get some nicer visuals. If you've played or seen Soul Reaver before, or heard about it at least, you might recognize that, yeah, our guy kind of looks like how he looked in, like, the promotional images. In, like, the original 3D renders of how Raziel was depicted. However, if you, with one press of a button, bam, we get the original presentation, which is actually not that much worse. I think this game's graphics are pretty alright, all things considered. It's a PS2 game. It's an early PS2 game, 2001. And this is Soul Reaver 2. We actually beat Soul Reaver 1 last night. We're in the spectral form, that's why we can go through doors like that. We beat Soul Reaver 1 last night, and that was a PS1 game, and that game looked like a PS1 game. Like, that game, and this is not, I'm not talking shit. I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm not saying game bad. I enjoyed my playthrough, but when it had the same kind of thing there, where you had, like, the remastered visuals. But also, if you wanted to, you could play with the original visuals, and whenever you switch back to OG visuals in Soul Reaver 1, it's a little bit of like, it's a little bit jarring. Anyway, the reason I had to kill those guys is so I can give them the suck. And with the power of the suck, I am now at full health, which means now I can use the conduit to go back into the physical realm. I'm having to kind of jump through a lot of hoops so that I can fight this fucker. No, not so I can fight this fucker. I mean, I might as well while I'm here. Jumping through some hoops so that I can get to a save point and save the goddamn game, because it is very late at night and I'm being irresponsible, staying up late playing video games. Not like anybody we know, right? We don't know of any individuals that stream on twitch.television and stay up late playing video games. We don't know of a single person, do we, Rish? Never heard of them. Never heard of a single individual. He boot too big for his goddamn feet. They kind of are. Well, actually, no. Doesn't even really have booties. He has, like, are they sandals? Are they leg warmers? What are those? They're like booties, kind of, sort of. But he's got, like, the giant fucking toesies. He's got the giant fucking toesies. You know, his OnlyFans would pop the fuck off. You know that for sure. Now he's got the claw hands and like the claw footsies. You know, I say his OnlyFans would pop off. I'm not gonna do the search. I'm not gonna do it. But I would be willing to bet money that there is probably Rule 34 images. I'm sure they're out there. I mean, Kain's big and muscular. He's got that deep, brooding voice. Raziel, he's the thin, wiry kind of lad. He got that kind of, like, that kind of energy. That kind of energy of, like, big muscle man, big muscle daddy, and then small little fella. So, you know someone's out there. You know someone's out there, man. Or someone out there that would appreciate such things. The market for all these things out there, man. Yeah, we sucked the dudes. We enveloped their whole thing. Well, our whole deal is that our guy, this gentleman we're playing as here, used to be a vampire. Many moons ago, he was a vampire hunter. Then he got killed. Sad. And then he got resurrected, kind of against his will, to be a vampire by Kain, whose legacy we are learning about in this game, as you can guess. There's the save point. There it is. So we were a human. We hunted vampires. We were brought back to life to be a vampire. And conveniently enough, when we got brought back to life to be a vampire, it wiped our memory, so we had no memory of our past. And then the motherfucker, that Kain piece of shit, betrays us, kills us. We get resurrected centuries later as this abomination, as a... Well, actually, no, we're not a Soul Reaver. We're like a wraith or a ghoul. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But the weapon we wield, this cool little sword, that's the Soul Reaver. The Soul Reaver is the weapon. So, that's the deal. That's the deal. It's a cool little game. Like I mentioned, this is actually Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. So it's the collection of both of the cool games. And, yeah, even though I have my gripes about this game's less than generous spacing of save points, and also sometimes being very persnickety about where they place the little spot to let you get back to the physical realm. Despite those misgivings, I'm still enjoying this game, and I would say I'm enjoying it more than the first game. I'm so fucking paranoid. It's like I gotta make sure it actually saved. I have to make sure, bro. I have to make sure. I'm so fucking paranoid, man. We worked hard to make this progress. Also, we've had the remastered edition crash once on us, so that makes me nervous too. There's also the concern, like, oh shit, is it gonna shit the bed? Is it gonna shit the bed in an unpleasant way?